Hello and welcome back to the 100th commentary on the Football Commentaries YouTube channel. With one of the commentaries on the second channel, we have hit 100 for this channel with 585 subscribers now on the channel, growing over these last two seasons of commentaries. It's been very fun and very rewarding, and what a game for the 100th commentary as well. Italy versus Spain in the European Championship semi-final of 2020. This fixture has history. The first meeting being in 1924, where the friendly did end 0-0, but this time there has to be a winner. They have met in three previous Euros, at the last 8 in 2008, in the final in 2012, where Spain battered Italy 4-0, and then in the last 16 back in 2016, where Italy got revenge and won 2-0. Spain, like I said, triumphed in 08 and in 2012, where they battered the Italians 4-0. 9 years on, though, this game is now for a place in the final on Sunday at Wembley, where the game is also being played today. And Italy are unbeaten in their last 32 games. So will Enrique's men be able to stop the Italians in a gladiatorial battle in London, where the best fit will rule the land until they meet again to battle at Wembley against either Denmark or England? Big game. The crowd is looking quite considerable in terms of numbers. Anyway, it looks like there's a lot of fans there, which is great to see. Obviously, there won't be as many Italians or as many Spaniards, obviously, because of travelling and all that. But I know there is quite a few Italians and Spaniards who have travelled the way to Wembley to get behind their team, to get them to that final on Sunday, where, you know, it could go a few ways this game. I mean, like we say, Italy unbeaten in their last 32 games, which is a new country record. But then you got Spain as well, who have scored 10 goals in between two games against Slovakia and Croatia. Yes, they just scraped past Switzerland, but it shows they can do it on penalties if they need to go that far. Italy, though, have won every single game in these Euros. They haven't drawn yet, or they haven't lost, so they're very strong. One change, though, for Italy is that Spinazzola, the main threat at left back, got injured. He's out for 6 months. I think it's an Achilles tendon injury, so that means he's out for 6 months. So of course he will miss the remainder of these European Championships. So Emerson's in of Chelsea. He wasn't really a regular at Chelsea, but he's back up here for Italy. As the teams do walk out on the pitch of Wembley, a lot of these Spaniards, like your Busquets and your Albas, will have fond memories at Wembley when they beat Manchester United in the Champions League final, I think 2011. So some fond memories for the more experienced players in this Spain team. See who will come out on top. So we'll just quickly go through the lineups as well. If you've got score predictions, put them in the chat. We have got a 3-1 to Italy. Okay, the audio sound, nice one. Keep your predictions in if you've got any. Let me know what you think. But if we just go through the teams very quickly, we'll start off with Italy, with Gianluigi Donnarumma starting in goal, being heavily linked to PSG as he has now become a free agent now after leaving AC Milan after an 8-year stay at the club. Right back, Giovanni Di Lorenzo. He's back up for Florenzi, who's just about made the bench for today's game as he's been injured for the last 4 in these competitions after getting injured in the opening game against Turkey. The two centre-backs, Chiellini and Bonucci, just absolutely fantastic players, an art of their talent, and they'll be the back alongside Emerson as well. Midfield three of Nicolo Barella of Inter Milan. He had a good season last year, picking up 13 assists in all competitions. He's quite the playmaker. Also scored against Belgium in the last game for Italy to get them to this point. And then also as well, we've got Marco Verratti with Jorginho in the midfield. Front three is Lorenzo Insigne. He also scored against Belgium as well in that 2-1 victory. Federico Chiesa keeps his spot at right wing after scoring against Austria in the round of 16, where he made it 1-0 in extra time. They went on to win that 2-1 at this ground at Wembley. And then Ciro Immobile of Lazio, scoring 25 goals last year in all competitions. He starts up front ahead of Andrea Belotti, who's on the bench of Torino. And if you want to check the Italian bench, just read down here and you can have a look. And then we go into the Spain starting 11. We've got Unai Simon in the Spain goal, playing ahead of David De Gea and Robert Sanchez. He did get the own goal for that mistake against Croatia, but they've got over that, and he's had 2 great performances for the rest of that Croatia game and against Switzerland. being the penalty-saving hero in that one. Azpilicueta keeps his place as well ahead of Marcos Llorente at right back, the Chelsea player. And then Eric Garcia comes in for Pau Torres, a right-footed centre-back, to play alongside the left-footed Aymeric Laporte. Jordi Alba also plays at left-back, a man who did score against Italy in that 2012 final in the Euros. And then a midfield three of Koke, Busquets and Pedri. This midfield is pretty resolute and it's rarely changed. Pedri, being 18 years old as well, has covered the most ground out of any player in these Euros. Just shows how much of a talent he is and can be in the future. Ferran Torres plays at right wing, with Dani Olmo playing to the left, who won the Under-21s Euros in 2019, scored in the final and in the semi-final for Spain. Dani Olmo of RB Leipzig, and then playing up front, it's not Morata. They've gone for a left winger / right winger to play down the middle, so a bit of a false nine. Not sure why Morata's not playing, even though he did score against Croatia and he played very well against Croatia. Mikel Oyarzabal will come in of Real Sociedad as well, the captain and the one-man club player of Oyarzabal. And if you want to check the subs there, you can just see him. The likes of Pau Torres on the bench, you can see Rodri's on there as well. Thiago, Morata is on the bench. One main player who isn't there is Pablo Sarabia. He has had to not play today. He got injured in the game against Switzerland and he couldn't quite recover in time, and he's not in the squad. There's a little bit of pre-match banter going around with Giorgio Chiellini and Sergio Busquets, the two captains of the nations. Not sure what happened there. There must have been a bit of a disagreement. But kickoff is coming up very soon. As they're just showing the Spain line-up here. Eric Garcia needs to show his worth. Returning back to Barcelona. Not the tallest of centre-backs, only 5'10", but he doesn't let that affect him in any way. He has got Azpilicueta to his right, who's also scored in these Euros, scoring against Croatia when he made it 2-1 with a header from around 6 yards out. Interesting how they have dropped Morata. Wonder why that is. Maybe feeling like not letting Chiellini and Bonucci probably get absorbed by one player. If they, don't play with one striker, then who have they got to focus? He'll be moving Chiellini and Bonucci around. He won't really know who to mark. So it's quite clever by Luis Enrique as there's a car driving on the pitch here to deliver the ball to the referee. 2-1 Italy, hopefully going to be an amazing game. Let's hope so. We're about to get underway at Wembley Stadium, where it's pretty packed to say the least. A lot of Spain fans behind the Spain goal for this half. Both countries will want to progress. Italy will still want revenge from that final loss in 2012 where they were beaten 4-0. Yes, they did beat Spain in the last 16 in Euro 2016, but I don't think that's enough revenge. I think they'll want to stop Spain from getting to a final. Will they be able to do so? We're going to find out as the ref kicks off. We play it back, Spain kicking left to right, Italy right to left. Spain have it, sent over to the right-hand side to Oyarzabal, can't quite bring it down, out for an Italy throw-in as we are underway in this Euro 2020 semi-final. Who will progress? Who will be able to spark the magic in this game to make the differences? Spain have the ball back already with Unai Simon in the Spain goal of Atletico Bilbao. They play very well in the penalty shootout against Switzerland as Laporte plays it forward. It's a good challenge by Verratti and the referee disagrees. He says that Verratti just caught the man first. I thought he got the ball, but I had to go through the man to get the ball there. It's Dani Olmo. Risky pass though from Laporte, who's been terrific in these Euros. I thought every time I've watched him, he's looked so calm on the ball as he just played it out wide left to Alba here. Now Ferran Torres. Jordi Alba. Didn't start the game against Croatia in the last 16 as he was on a yellow card. Did come on in the end in that game for a little bit as they did recover that game after going 3-1 up, then being pegged back to 3-3 as Busquets misplaces a pass here, and it's now with Barada, who then loses out as well. It's now Torres to Koke, shifts it wide right to Azpilicueta, just inside the Spain half. He plays it forward into the Italy half. Oyarzabal can't quite bring it down, and Chiellini now has it to Emerson. It's now with Gianluigi Donnarumma. First ever tournament, he's kept 3 clean sheets. They've not kept one though in the last 2 games, conceding to Austria and Belgium as they've run out of play here. Di Lorenzo at right back. It is Roberto Mancini versus Luis Enrique. Two managers going head to head. It's Eric Garcia bringing it forward. High ball out wide left, looking for Ferran Torres. It's headed down by De Lorenzo to Bonucci, who then heads back to the goalkeeper Donnarumma, and Italy are back in possession as we're just 2 minutes in, and neither team have really got a foot on the ball yet and has been able to keep it. Bonucci getting closed down by Olmo, caught by Olmo, and the play does continue as it is then pulled back after Italy can't quite keep the ball. Felix Brais, the referee. Bonucci spending a little too much time on the ball, if I'd say so myself, but he was caught in the end by Dani Olmo. This is now Donnarumma, 6'5", substituted against Wales for the last few minutes of that game for Salvatore Sirigu, but other than that he's played every minute. Here is Bonucci, lifted ball into the midfield where it's chested down by Insigne into Immobile, and then plays it out wide left to Emerson. He plays it through to Barella, who is offside. He will get there ahead of the keeper. He's got a touch. He's got a chance to shoot. He does, and he does hit the post. What a chance, and then the flag goes up. I do understand the rule of keeping the flag down when it's close calls, but come on, that is just not close at all. Barella made a run. He was well offside. Well finished. Getting there ahead of the keeper and then hitting the post. It did take a deflection actually off Laporte, but he was always going to be offside there, Nicolo Barella. He did score a nice goal against Belgium in Munich on Friday night. It was Unai Simon. Was in goal for Spain's under 19s and under 21s when they won the Euros. We might have to do some goalkeeping here as Spain lose it, but then they have it back with Laporte after Bonucci misplaces a pass. It's now Alba playing it back to Unai Simon. He'll want to win a Euros at first team level as well, but we're kicking like that. He's not going to be helping himself. Ball out for Italy. Luis Enrique, former Barcelona manager, barking out instructions. Also managed Roma and Celta Vigo in his managerial career. As Chiesa on the ball. Nice ball inside to Barella. Through. He picks it up here. And he's offside. Not quite sure who that was actually. It's Ciro Immobile it was, who just picked up the ball in an offside position. Spain pushed out nicely and caught the Lazio striker offside. Good defending from Spain. Unai Simon, ball into Olmo, great turn by the midfielder, and he finds Azpilicueta. Through towards Koke, just about knocks it in towards Oyarzabal, but it's cut out by Chiellini, and it's a ball forward, and Chiesa can pick it up. Tries to go on a run, heavy touch, allows the tackle from Eric Garcia, and it's a great clearance out wide left to Ferran Torres, and there's a break on here. He's one-on-one with De Lorenzo on the left-hand side in the final third, plays it through towards Olmo, too much on it, and number 19 versus number 19 of Bonucci. The Italian gets there first, he's out for a goal kick, and the pressure's over. Chiellini out to Emerson at left back, ball forward, brought down by Immobile, but straight to the feet of Eric Garcia. Now Busquets, the captain, was involved in the Euro 2012 final win against Italy. Has a World Cup as well under his belt, Busquets, in 2010. Ferran Torres had a decent first season at Manchester City, scoring 13 goals, 7 of them in the Premier League and 4 in the Champions League, so not a bad start to his Manchester City career. He definitely has a bright future in the English game as he takes it on the turn here and finds Alba, who's marauded forward, then back towards Torres. Poor ball, finds the feet of Bonucci, who spins and plays it into Jorginho. Chiesa down the line, trying to get beyond multiple Spain players, but doesn't have the pace to get there ahead of Pedri. And it's back in Spain possession as Laporte plays it forward to Alba. Then to Pedri, who I've been very impressed with. I've watched Barcelona a few times last season in the Champions League, and he was so impressive, Pedri. Signed in the previous season by Barcelona from Las Palmas in the league below, and to find such a talent to shine so quickly at the age of 18 is absolutely incredible, as Spain are just knocking it about here, and they've got it back to Garcia. Heavy touch. He'll be chased down by Insigne, but he will just about work it back to his keeper, who clears it poorly. It's Verratti who picks it up, loses out. It's now Koke poking it back to Azpilicueta. Trying to find space to clear it, and he does do so, but it deflects to Garcia, who then hooks it away. Not convincingly, as Oyarzabal tries to hook it back into play, but it already gone out, so it's Italy ball in the final third here. It's Emerson to take. It's Insigne, flicks it down the line towards Emerson, who will give chase against Oyarzabal, but he does his defensive duties well, the Real Sociedad winger. It's a goal kick for Spain. Are currently higher in the rankings, Spain, in the world rankings. They are 6th and Italy is 7th, but with winning these Euros for either team, it looks like they'll be getting bumped up a little bit, because France are, I think, 2nd in those rankings. Belgium are 1st, and they've both crashed out in this competition. Thanks to everyone who's here. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. This is the 100th commentary I've done on this channel. I did one on my second channel, but on this channel, this is a 100th, so if you could like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic, as I hope we get a good semi-final performance here from both sides to make it interesting, as Garcia has to turn back and go to Unai Simon. Remember, Spain didn't even finish top of their group. They finished 2nd, Sweden finished 1st, as they look to try and score here, as Olmo takes on the turn again and then spreads it to Oyarzabal on the right-hand side. Inside it goes to Busquets. He likes to keep it simple, so he plays it to his left to Pedri. Then out wide left to Alba, who latches onto the pass, puts the ball in, cleared away by Bonucci. And he'll forward the way to Laporte on the halfway line. The number 24, former France international at youth level. Couldn't quite make the appearance at senior level for some reason. Didier Deschamps just didn't see what was necessary in Laporte to get him a senior call-up, but he's now flourishing in the colours of white, as Spain do play in their away kit today. I thought they were playing their home, but they're in their full white away kit. As Garcia brings it from the back. Finds Olmo, first time touching to Koke. Now Oyarzabal, who has found himself on the right wing for the first 10 minutes of this game, and Ferran Torres is on the left-hand side, with Dani Olmo kind of playing as a false 9, as Torres has been fed the ball. First time passing to Pedri. Looks like he's going to be dispossessed here by Barella. Good midfield play by the Inter Milan man. Pedri will still give chase and try and win the ball back, and he does do so with the help of Ferran Torres in the final third on the left. He keeps running backwards just to keep the ball in Spain possession. It's now with Busquets. Alba's made a run off the ball, decides not to use him. Too much of an intricate ball to try. Koke into Pedri again. Heavy touch allows the slide tackle from Verratti. Doesn't quite win it, and Spain keep it with a looped ball over to Azpilicueta. I think it took a deflection on the way through. It's now with Koke. Busquets into Koke. He's not scored for Spain in his career, so he takes the unselfish route and plays it Oyarzabal on the right, cuts it onto his left, tries to play a ball in, blocked off by Italy. It's going to be a throw in for Spain. Good start by Spain. They've got the majority of the possession, and they have done for the majority of the competition, having the majority of possession. Laporte forward to Busquets. Nice ball whipped across to Cesar Azpilicueta. Lays it off into Oyarzabal. Koke. Garcia. Every single outfield player plus Donnarumma in the Italian half here. Alba. Nice little ball into Pedri. Lays it in towards Ferran Torres. Just about keeps it in. And goes back to Jordi Alba. Garcia. Azpilicueta. Where will be the first main chance? I know Barella hit the post early on for Italy, but he was always offside. For some reason, you know, the linesman feels like he needs to keep his flag down for that long when it's just clearly offside. Like when it's close and they keep the flag down, I understand, but when it's so offside, then why? But it's just Spain again knocking it about, just getting a feel of the ball and just getting comfortable on the ball, and it's working here. Is almost spun away from Jorginho, just caught the back of his boot. Play will continue as he looks to adjust his boot there. Almost fell off there as Alba's pass towards Torres, cut out nicely by Di Lorenzo. It's now Chiesa, clears it. Bit of ping pong off both Alba and Chiesa, and it comes off Alba last. for an Italian throw-in as they just have a little bit of time to breathe. So back underway with Busquets into Pedri, finds space in between the lines and plays it through to Oyarzabal. The touch has just gone behind him. Emerson can bring it away. Very unfortunate for Spain. Great play. They look eager and on it, and that's a great tackle from Pedri to win the ball back for Spain already. Nearly got through there. Nice play. That false nine of Dani Olmo looks like it's working a treat at the minute. Because like I said, I was thinking to myself before the game, if they play with Morata, then, that's going to make Bonucci and Chiellini's not very easy. But with that false nine, they don't quite know who to, mark or who to follow. And it just gives that extra question to the experienced but older centre-backs where they will be lacking pace, the likes of Chiellini and Bonucci. They can't be, chasing Olmo all night. It's Azpilicueta back into Koke, who did have a great chance to score against Croatia to get his first goal for his country, but he didn't take it. He still searches for that. He started every game in these Euros. He's only completed one full game. So Olmo picks it up on the left, just about works away from Di Lorenzo, but the covering Bonucci tackles, and then Olmo tackles Bonucci, and he thinks he's got a nick off Bonucci last, but he didn't, according to the referee, and it will be a goal kick. Great ball from Pedri into Oyarzabal. It's honestly, the disguised pass, it's unbelievable. Right through the gap, and Oyarzabal's touch was just too poor. It just fell behind him. If he got that out of his feet, looked to be 1-0 to Spain as back in play here, and they've got Italy with a throw-in with Emerson, throwing it back to Chiellini, who is currently a free agent at the age of 36. No agreed deal with Juventus yet, but after his performances in this Euros, they might think to give him one more year, especially with the managerial appointment of Allegri, who's good friends with Chiellini. They might give him that extra year as Spain have won it back as the clip ball towards Emerson couldn't be kept by the Italians, but they've won it back with Spain's clearance. Verratti nods it down towards Barella. He tries to get it to Di Lorenzo, but he was heading backwards, and Ferran Torres can bring it back and then shoot and drag it wide. It's going to be a goal kick for Italy. Good start for Spain, really good. It's a slow start from Italy, which I'm surprised about. Poor ball from Barella, didn't quite get the weight on it to find Di Lorenzo, and then Ferran Torres could take over and drag his shot wide. Good dribbling to get beyond Jorginho, who I've heard rumours of being one of the possibility favourites to win the Ballon d'Or, because apparently he's had a good year this year, winning the Champions League with Chelsea and possibly with Italy, the Euro. So there's an argument, but just no for me. He's just not that good. He's not Ballon d'Or quality this year. Italy with it, Bonucci, long ball over the top, too much on it to the liking of Chiesa. He's going to have to let it go to Unai Simon in the Spain goal. He plays it out to Laporte. Now Busquets, around the corner it goes to Koke. Forward to Olmo, nice little flick into Pedri, and they've got through the lines again. Pedri, wide left to Ferran Torres, just a little too wide for him, so has to just play it back to Jordi Alba, who's already joined the attack. And he gets the return from Ferran Torres. He doesn't quite actually get it, just too much on it, but it's a good positive run. Spain, again, with a good start, good attacking, good pressing, but it's all good starting this way. It's the consistency during the game of keeping it going. But Dani Olmo, in that false nine role, has had a fantastic start. Picked up 2 assists versus Croatia, and I'm pretty sure they were both the assists for the extra time goals of Alvaro Morata and Mikel Oyarzabal. So, a great reason to start in these semi-finals as Chiellini clears. Can't quite find Immobile. It's Eric Garcia nodding it into Busquets. Just loves to keep it nice and simple. Knocking it back to Laporte. It's now Alba to Unai Simon. Was picked over David De Gea and Robert Sanchez ahead of these Euros, and I think he's proved his worth. I know he had an error against Croatia, but other than that, he's had a great tournament. It's a misplaced touch from Busquets, and he has to pull down Barella to stop any progression for Italy, and it will be a free kick. Busquets will argue the cause, but he definitely was a foul. He just got the ball and he just touched it really heavy into Barella, who then was able to try and drive forward before being pulled down by Busquets. So it will be a free kick, and a rightly given one. I don't think it's anything more than a free kick. Definitely not a yellow card. Nicolo Barella showing that his shirt was being pulled, and he was right to argue that, but I just don't think it's a yellow card incident for Sergio Busquets. Insigne stood over it. Very high line from Spain. Oh my word. Insigne dinks it over the line and just about finds Unai Simon as two Italy players were charging at the ball, but the line was so high it was hard to find any of his players, but they were onside, I'm pretty sure. Immobile was the closest to it as the ball's been found to Olmo in space. A lovely ball wide left to Torres. What a pass. Good touch as well. He's going to look to try and take on Di Lorenzo. Ball inside instead. It's been deflected away for a corner by Jorginho, and Spain go from defence to attack pretty quickly, and they've got a corner for their success of getting that ball forward as quickly as they can and just being positive, just running at the Italians, giving them questions and things to think about, not making it easy for them in the opening 18 minutes. And they've got a set piece here which they could take advantage of and maybe sneak an early goal. The early goal is still early in the game. It's going to be a ball put in. It's an outswinger from Oyarzabal, headed away. Far away as well. Pedri's going to have to go back and give chase towards the halfway line. And he will keep it in, and he'll turn forward and have to look back again and play it backwards to Eric Garcia. Now to Unai Simon in the 18-yard area. Over it goes to the left-hand side here. And then down the line to Alba. And then once more into Oyarzabal. Another heavy touch, and he loses out here. It's now with Jorginho in the Italian half. Di Lorenzo down the line, can't quite keep it in play, but that's due to the deflection of the pass, and it's going to be a Spain throw-in as Mancini looks like he's not too happy at the minute, and rightly so. His team's got off to a slow start. Did have success in this stadium, did win an FA Cup for Manchester City, their first trophy for many, many years, and that was against Stoke in the FA Cup. That would have been about 10 years ago, to the day, a month ago or so. See how time flies, and the season after he won the Premier League and made himself well known in the English game, but his team's lost it again here, and so with Spain, Koke zips it forward to Olmo, brings it down nicely, tries to work himself away from Verratti, can't quite do so, he loses out to Verratti and he brings it forward, he clips Verratti down on the halfway line, and it will be a free kick to Italy. Unlucky for Olmo, but well played by Verratti to win the ball back and then stride forward and win the free kick. Well won, spun Olmo, ran away from him, he got caught by Olmo, down he went, free kick. It's now with Marco Verratti, PSG midfielder, now in the left back area to Chiellini, plays it forward to Emerson, now into Insigne, completes a 1-2, he's in behind here, Emerson's going to get there ahead of Unai Simon, play it across to Immobile, back to goal, and he's pressured, so he lays it off, into Barella, tries to spin and turn, tackled by Busquets, great chance for Italy, well defended by Spain, as there's a free kick there as it's a late challenge on Verratti by Koke. And a free kick for Spain. Good chance. Really good chance. Fantastic 1-2 down the left-hand side to get Emerson in behind. Him and Insigne working well there. And Unai Simon came to try and collect. Didn't get there first. Played it across to Immobile, who was being tackled by Busquets. And then had to lay it across once more to Barella, who tried to spin and turn to get on his left foot. But Busquets was there to tackle. And the chance goes as the Italians watch on with a little bit of nerves, but a bit of excitement of the prospect of playing here on Sunday in the final. Trying to win their second European Championships, Italy. They won it back in 1968. They won against Yugoslavia 2-0 in Rome. It's a great ball out wide to Alba. Torres in towards Pedri, cut out by Jorginho, but his interception falls to Alba. Now Busquets across to Eric Garcia as he'll bring it forward, enter the Italian half, and then play it forward towards Pedri, nearly cut out by Bonucci, but it went past him and then to Di Lorenzo, who then gets it into Bonucci, sends it away towards Immobile to give chase, but Laporte gets there first. Directs it back to Unai Simon. Spain are back in possession again. takes his time and plays the pass into Koke. That's now with Azpilicueta. Back to Eric Garcia. Into Unai Simon. Sees a ball out left and he looks towards Pedri, who will give chase, but it will be Di Lorenzo to get there ahead of him and see it out for a throw for Italy. You do the England game tomorrow? No, I'm not, unfortunately. This is my last commentary of this season football. I can't believe we're still going and we're in July. I think my first commentary was the Community Shield in August, so it's an 11-month season if you count this Euros. It's been quite heavy, so no, England, I'm just going to watch it as a fan and I hope we get through, and I won't be doing the final as well. So yeah, this is the last one until we get started again next season. We'll have our full capacity stadiums in England and I cannot wait. Very excited as Italy have it with Chiellini, the captain, 36 years of age. Switches it towards Chiesa, too much on it. Out it goes from Giorgio Chiellini. Spent so much of his career at Juventus, was there from 2005 to 2021. Played 335 times. He won 9 league titles as well. And his time there, he is currently a free agent, but he was part of that, solid backline with your Buffons and your Bonucci's and Barzaglis. As Insigne has it, tries to get it through towards Immobile, comes off the back of his heel to Busquets, and Spain are back in possession in their own half. Nice little cut back there by Pedri to Busquets. As obviously they've had a majority of the possession, they've had 70% already. Spain in the first 23 minutes. Both teams did qualify for this competition unbeaten. Italy winning all 10 of their games. Spain winning 8 and drawing twice. One of those draws against Norway, and then the other one came against Sweden as well, who they did also draw against in these Euros in the group stage. The first one, where it's 0-0. Still got it. Pedri. Nice ball forward into Alba. Then finds a ball inside to Koke, chests it down and lays it into Olmo. First time ball to Azpilicueta. Good football by Spain on the edge of the box. Finds Oyarzabal. Inside again to Busquets, looking forward. Knocked down on the edge. The referee doesn't see enough with it for a foul, and it's cleared by Italy, only as far as Garcia on the halfway, and they regain possession quickly. Mancini is not happy. They win the ball back, Italy, and they give it right back to Spain. It's now Alba. First time ball into Torres. Olmo. Back heel into the box. It's got a bit of height on it, but it's Donnarumma's to catch and Donnarumma's to have. I remember you doing Stockport West Ham FA Cup. Yeah, that was in January. That was one of my best commentaries, I'd say, and especially for views as well. It did quite well. It's one of the most viewed ones. Yeah, that was a good one. I hope you're enjoying this commentary. As again, Donnarumma's poor kicks fell straight to Busquets. It's now Pedri, through to Oyarzabal, tackled by Chiellini, but it falls in the box to Olmo, shoots once and then second time saved by Donnarumma, cleared again by Italy, straight back to Spain, and they'll come again. Koke, dispossessed by Verratti. It's now Chiesa. He's got Barella to his right. He'll lay it off into the midfielder. He's looking at his options and he has to look backwards and play backwards to the halfway line to Di Lorenzo, but Spain are looking dangerous. I think Italy would have definitely been favourites, or the majority of people's favourites before the game. But Spain have had a fantastic first 25 minutes. They've just got to try and find that goal. Ball sent forward and long. Good interception by Laporte. Throw in for Italy. Donnarumma made a good save there down to his right. He had to make the save in fairness because he was the one who gave the ball away really poorly with his clearance. It was well worked by Pedri into Oyarzabal. He was tackled, but his ball went to almost struck once, blocked by Bonucci, struck a second time, saved by Donnarumma. Shows the strong defence of Italy as they lose it from the throne with Laporte getting knocked down as well, and it'll be a free kick. You're just so fluent, it's just amazing to listen to. Thank you very much. That is a very nice thing to say. I'm glad that you like the pace of the commentary. Sometimes I feel like I go too quick, but I just want to, tell you every detail that I can physically describe to you in the motion of the game, because obviously everything happens so quick, and to what I know, you can't see the game, if you know what I mean. So yeah, just saw a camera in the fans of the Italians, and there was just a Spain fan on his own. So hopefully there won't be any bother there. Getting bombarded by Italian fans if Italy score. Italy do have it back. If Spain lose it, they look to send it forward, but wasn't anyone in Spain colours to get on the end of the ball, and it will Trickle back to Donnarumma, who's just assessing his options. And again, he loses it. What a poor pass. And Garcia sends it forward to Olmo on the edge of the box. He looks to get beyond the defender, but he's brought down. I think he was caught there. Surprised that wasn't a free kick right on the edge, but the referee doesn't see it in that way. And it will be Italy to keep the ball. Donnarumma, really poor ball. Garcia read the game well to come out from centre-back and pick it up and find Olmo, who was unlucky not to get a free kick, as Barella sends it along down the line. Chiesa will give chase again. Too much on it. Unai Simon's ball. Italy just struggling to keep it, and Mancini is not very happy. You've got to remember, Italy haven't lost a game since 2018 against Portugal. Nearly coming up to 3 years now. I think that was in September of 2018. That's crazy to think that. And Spain do look like they could be breaking that, as Alba has it. Lays it into Ferran Torres. Tackled by Di Lorenzo, and illegally, says the referee, and it will be a free kick for Spain on the left-hand side. Quite far out, so it will be a opportunity to get a ball in the box maybe. But then again, these days, with the amount of high lines we're seeing and how high those lines are, it probably won't be a chance to get a cross in. You know, they just take it quickly and play it short back to Laporte. Now back to the goalkeeper. We're making his 13th appearance for Spain, the goalkeeper. It's quite ridiculous how inexperienced a lot of these players are in terms of playing for this country, as he sends a ball long, looking towards Ferran Torres. It's headed backwards by Chiellini to his goalkeeper. Good defending. Shows experience there. It's now Donnarumma, looking like he might be signing for PSG. I was reading that if PSG were to sign him, he would just be a backup to Keylor Navas, which I find hard to believe. We'll have to see if that transfer goes through, because PSG do look a little bit dangerous this year, as Italy have got a ball through, and again, too much on it, straight to Unai Simon. Yeah, PSG do look dangerous. You know, they've just signed Hakimi from Inter Milan today, and looking like they might be signing Sergio Ramos, who for some reason wasn't called up for this squad. Maybe the fact that the Spain boss was formerly of Barcelona. As Ferran Torres wins his team a free kick in their own half, to get the ball back to goal, and just caught from behind by Di Lorenzo. You're not going too fast, mate. It's just right. You get the atmosphere from my point of view. Nice. It's great to hit, honestly. Getting feedback like that is great, because it lets me know what I'm doing right. And if I'm ever doing anything wrong, let me know. I can always learn from anyone's constructive criticism or just good feedback. So yeah, that means a lot when people say that. So cheers, mate. I'll keep up the same flow, and it is difficult sometimes, because obviously I watch these games with no crowd sound. Obviously I've got to mute the TV just in case for copyright. So, you know, I've got to kind of hype myself up to feel like I'm in the stadium, and I'm not in Italy or a Spain fan, you can tell, even though I'm wearing an Atletico Madrid shirt. But you know, I know the importance of this game. Obviously England are in the semis as well, so it's easy to get excited. It looks like they're sending Domenico Berardi, the Sassuolo right winger, to go and warm up. It looks like Chiesa might have a problem, or they're not happy with his performance. We have got a Spain throw in here on the left hand side with Jordi Alba to throw it towards Olmo, headed away though, and then helped back towards Spain's attacking players by Busquets, but then it's lost again by Chiesa. Tries a 1-2 with Jorginho, and he does get on the end of it, and he keeps it in, but Laporte comes across to tackle very nicely with a good slide challenge and to work the ball back to Unai Simon in the Spain goal. It's really good play this by Spain still, half an hour in, as Busquets is being forced back to Garcia. Actually, it was Koke, forced back to Garcia, who then tries a switch. It's a little adventurous, and Lorenzo gets there at a Ferran Torres, and he commits a foul according to the referee there, Ferran Torres. Every time I watch Verratti for PSG or Italy, he's always moaning at something, isn't he? But to be fair to Verratti, he's done well to get into these Euros. He had a knee injury just a month before the Euros. Did miss the first two because of that knee injury, but then he's got into it, and he has played the rest of these Euros games, picking up an assist against Belgium as well. And he's a nice little player. Only 5'5", but the way he moves around and on the pitch is a work of art. As he took that free kick, it's back to Bonucci. It's Donnarumma. He's never conceded more than one goal in a game, Donnarumma, which is quite impressive with him playing his 32nd game for Italy. Insigne back into Emerson. works it to Immobile. Another strong challenge from Laporte. Won the ball beautifully, thrown for Italy just on the halfway line, really keeping Immobile quiet. And like I said, Laporte is having a fantastic Euros from the games I've seen. He's also scored as well, scored against Slovakia in the 5-0 triumph, and he's played every minute so far in these Euros, as Verratti has been picked off the ball here. So Olmo, he's got Oyarzabal to his right. He'll shoot instead. It's the greedy option, and it's the wrong one. Oyarzabal on the right had a chance to go one-on-one with Chiellini, and he decided to shoot from quite far out, actually. Could have took it a bit further, and it was always going over the bar. Donnarumma did not have to worry about that at all, and Olmo sends it over the bar. He knows it himself, that's a poor decision to make. It's Donnarumma, has the ball. He's made 2 clearances and they've both gone back to Spain. Here's the third. Goes over towards Immobile, who will give chase. Laporte tries to get there first and just about hooks it away. It's a better ball by Donnarumma, right on the edge of the Spain box it got to. And Immobile pressured Laporte into having to make a rash decision and just having to get the ball anywhere he could, just away from Immobile. But he did it in the end, and it's now with Di Lorenzo with a throw-in, pushing up the right back into the Spain final third. He throws it into Chiesa, chest it down back to Lorenzo, into Di Lorenzo, and it's put forward, and Laporte has to clear again for another throw-in for Italy. Throw-in long into the box, but it's dealt with again by Laporte, and it can be cleared by Alba. Up towards Olmo, he's been dragged down by Bonucci, but not enough for the referee's liking. It's now Chiellini. Verratti. Chiellini will stride forward and then get the ball wide left to Insigne. Inside he goes to Immobile. Tries to turn it into Insigne, and he does do so. Tries to take on Azpilicueta down the byline, but it's good defending by Azpilicueta on a goal kick it is, as Insigne touch, let it out of play. That's good play though. Insigne picked up the ball, found Immobile, returned it into him, and as he tried to spin Azpilicueta, his touch was too poor and he could be bossed off the ball by Azpilicueta. As Italy pick it back up as Ferran Torres has been knocked off the ball. And back with Emerson. Chiellini into Bonucci. Did win Italy's Player of the Year in 2016, Leonardo Bonucci, as they play it towards Immobile, who's been caught offside. That'll be a free kick for Spain. So no goals yet. So be surprised if this is a 0-0. But to be fair, like I said in the pre-match build-up segment, the first meeting between these two sides in 1924 was a 0-0 in a friendly. There's a free kick's being brought back here by the referee. Di Lorenzo again catching Ferran Torres late from behind. It's not the first time he's done that. Yeah, he needs to be careful, Di Lorenzo, because that is about the third time he's done it. I think that's a final warning given by the referee. So Jordi Alba free kick. Movement is being made by the Spaniards, and here's Olmo's come short for the ball. Picks it up. Finds Koke on the halfway line. Across it goes to Eric Garcia. First time pass into Azpilicueta. Nice first ball into Oyarzabal, who dummies it for Koke. Keeps it away from Verratti on the edge of the box. And it's back to Azpilicueta. Garcia playing it across to Laporte. Zips it wide left to Alba. Now Pedri. To Eric Garcia. The two Barcelona players linking up. The Chelsea man of Azpilicueta. Back into Eric Garcia. Cross it goes to Laporte, as Spain are just keeping the ball here, and rightly so. And an adventurous ball by Laporte, looking for Torres in behind. It's been cut out by Di Lorenzo. Now Jorginho back to Donnarumma. Pressure by Olmo, but he just about gets the ball away from him and sends it to Emerson. Headed on to Insigne, then lays it back into Emerson, who can then charge forward. Great play from Italy. They've got a great understanding, Insigne and Emerson, as he keeps running forward and he gets clattered into by Sergio Busquets, but no foul, says the referee, and Emerson probably drove with it for a little bit too long there, inviting the challenge and losing the ball in the end. It's in the Spain half. Pedri's got it. It's been played back to Unai Simon. We know what happened Last time he did that, he ended up in an own goal against Croatia to make it 1-0. Pedri playing a pass back that long. Laporte. We're making his 7th appearance for Spain. 6 of them coming in these Euros. His Olmo strides away and uses Alba. Passing to Olmo, first time into Pedri. Back to Alba again. Spain doing what they do best, keeping the ball, moving the ball, creating spaces, creating chances. Chances have been a few, but with the first half coming to a close, they might go for it a little bit more, try and get that goal before half time to rattle the Italians, as a misplaced ball down the line can be cleared away by Bonucci only as far as the Spanish left hand side, who will let it go for a throw-in. Mancini really isn't happy here as Olmo gets into Torres. Olmo takes over, but then loses to Chiesa. Plays forward to Immobile. Knocked off the ball by Busquets. Oh no, he's given a free kick. I don't think that was a free kick. Busquets went right into the back of Immobile, but I think he got the ball fairly. Let's have a look. Chiesa played it forward into Immobile. No, nothing wrong with that. There's the slightest bit of pushing there by Busquets, but nothing too sinister. I just don't think that's a foul. Well, it's been given anyway. Chiellini. Ball forward. Misplaced ball towards Immobile. Garcia again picks it up. He's had a great first half. Garcia reading the play really well. It's Busquets. His pass just about gets to Laporte. It's now battle Busquets from Pedri. Tries to flick it in towards Pedri and he loses out. Trying to be fancy there, Busquets. And Immobile, who's running into the Spain half, can find Insigne. Tries to poke it back. Misplaced again. And now Koke can bring it forward. Now to Pedri. Just a bit behind him, but he can recover the ball, play it forward into Jordi Alba. Across it goes to Oyarzabal first time, and it's a shot that probably will be good enough for a rugby shot, but for football it's well too over the bar, way too high over the bar. Good break as well. First time ball over towards him. He should have took a touch. For some reason he's gone first time, and to the frustration of the Spanish fans, he's missed out there. Oyarzabal's not really had a good game. I've been disappointed in him, if I'm going to be honest. Played well against Croatia when he came on. Obviously scored a goal to make it 5-3 and kind of kill the game off. But today on that right-hand side, he's not been good enough. I'd replace and probably bring on maybe a Gerard Moreno. I won't bring on Morata in there. Adama Traore, he might cause some issues. I don't think he's played a game yet, Adama Traore, in these Euros. He played, I think, one game. He played about 20 minutes against Slovakia at right back. Not really using him to his strengths. There's a ball over the top towards Immobile. Simon has to head it away. It fell to Sergio Busquets. That was close. Busquets loses out in the midfield and he's fouled. And the referee, I genuinely don't think he's made a right decision, this referee. He refed recently against England, against Ukraine. And I thought he was okay there, but it's not fair. He's won the ball. I just don't get it. He's giving everything. Literally, it's not even like he's doing it just for Italy, like giving for Spain. He's being rubbish. The biggest stage, you want the game to flow, and especially when it's just challenges like that, you don't want the game to be stopping every 10 seconds. As we are back on the way with Garcia on the ball for Spain, clipping it towards the midfield, where Chiellini intercepts and hooks it over to Insigne. Nice touch down to Emerson. Back to Chiellini. Cross to Bonucci. They've got a bit of time to assess the options here. Chiellini. Forward to Insigne. Back to Chiellini. 4 minutes plus added on time until we reach half time. Bonucci. Di Lorenzo. Looking to get forward. Ball inside. Deflected, but into the air where Barella can head on towards Alba, who heads it down to Laporte, who then volleys away, but it's met by Bonucci and it's hooked towards Immobile. Again nodded down by Laporte, who's just been caught in the face by Immobile. And it will be a free kick for Spain. No, not really any big chances. I mean, Spain have had some snapshots where Donnarumma's had to make a save, but it wasn't like the most, heroic of saves. Italy haven't even had a shot yet, which says a lot. Obviously they hit the post, but that was when he was yards offside, so that don't really count anyway. Expecting a lot better in the second half coming up. It's Garcia, good ball into Pedri, again breaking those lines, finding the space. He lays it into Ayafabal, back into Pedri, back to goal. So has to use Azpilicueta. It's now with Garcia again, and Spain way does start to get repetitive after a bit. Alba swings it again into Pedri. Nice layoff into Olmo. Looks for the 1-2. Too heavy. Easy collection for Donnarumma. I get it's a semi-final and they might need time to just chill out and just get into the, into the game and just kind of relax. But Italy really have not been good enough at all. They've been really poor in terms of keeping the ball. Spain have been good at keeping the ball and movement and causing issues, but no real issues where it's going to cause much harm. Azpilicueta tackles Insigne. Thrown for Italy. Thrown into Jorginho. Now with Chiellini. Back to Donnarumma. Age of 22. Made his debut at 17 for Italy, if I'm not wrong there. 18 clean sheets he's got in 31 appearances for Italy, and only conceded 13 as well. It's quite ridiculous. Emerson again works down the line to try and get away from Koke, but he's been clipped. And a free kick inside the Italian half for Italy. Completed a nice 1-2, I think with Verratti it was, and got away from Koke, and it was definitely a foul, might be a booking as well. Good 1-2 with Verratti. Brought down by Koke. Don't think it's a yellow. Koke's like almost asking why is it a free kick, but he's clearly caught him. Do you know what I mean? I don't get it. It's clear as they foul. Just forget it and move on. Get back in position. De Lorenzo, nice ball down the line. Finds Barella. Chiesa. Barella. Back to Jorginho. De Lorenzo. They've ended back at the halfway line here with Bonucci. Sees a ball. The left hand side, it's Insigne who can bring it down. Got Emerson in support. He'll cut in and then go back on the outside to Emerson, who then strikes the shot, and it might have rattled the woodwork. He's asking for a deflection. I think it's a goal kick. Mancini thinks it's a corner. We'll have to have another look on that. Bonucci with a nice little switch there to Insigne. Might have just been offside. Might have just been on. Need to maybe get the lines out for that. But then ran nicely. It looks like he was going to cut inside. Then went back on the outside to use the run of Emerson, and as he shot, he did hit the woodwork at the near post. I don't think it took a deflection, and a rightly given goal kick that's Italy's first real chance, and it's only took him till the end of the half to get there. I'll answer your question during the half-time break. I can give you a bit more detail on that as Spain try and work it out here from the defence, and as they're trying to break away, the ref blown for half-time. I mean, Spain were about to start an attack, but they were still in their own half, so it's kind of one of them where you've got to end the half at some point. It's just when do you make that call. They're arguing with the ref, but I mean, they just worked it out of play, and they were about to have a run at the Italian defence, but it's one of them where, you've got to be fair. There's no time added on. And they were attacking, but they were still in their own half, so it's unfair to keep it going. So, half-time it is. It's Italy 0, Spain 0. Spain have had the majority of the possession. Not really many chances. They've had quite a few shots at goal. A lot of them going wide or over the bar. Donnarumma's had to make one save where it came from his own mistake as he kicked it straight to Spain. And then he had to make a save down to his right. But it's pretty simple for a top-class keeper of his ability. So, yeah, other than that, not really much to talk about. I mean, just a lot of Spain passes. Italy not really being able to keep the ball once they've won it back, and that did anger Roberto Mancini. So I'm sure as soon as they get back in that half-time chat, they'll be like, "Oi, sort it out." I'll mute the mic a minute. this what you call working from home? You know, why am I not at Wembley? They should have got me a little booth where I'm joking. It's what happens when you work downstairs and you've got 3 dogs. But yeah, just talking about your question, how do you prepare for games like this? Do you have to do your research and homework on the game? And I do mention this a lot because I'm proud of the work that I do, because I do put a lot of effort in. I can just show you. I'll show you the notes for this, and I'll show you. I've got like a pile over there. So the way I do it is I used to write it down, but now I have to do it on computer because it's just a lot quicker. I should have done it from ages. So what I do is I do 2 sheets, and that consists of both lineups. So if you just look here, let me get the camera on. So this is Italy's lineup, right? So obviously it helps when it's a tournament because you know who's in the squad, so you know who's going to play. So you can just do notes on all of them, and the ones who aren't chose for the game, you just get rid of them because you won't need them. So if you look here, hopefully it'll focus. There you go. So you got so obviously before the game, obviously I'll find out the starting 11. So the starting 11's at the top, subs there, and then there. So obviously got Donnarumma at the top, then Di Lorenzo, then Bonucci. So then it basically says, I might do a video on this actually. If any other commentators might want to look. So you've got the name, the number. You can't quite see it. You've got their height, club in the bracket. So Donnarumma's a free agent, and then I've kind of got 3 stats where I can kind of blend them into a conversation. So here for Donnarumma, I've got generally Donnarumma, number 21, 6'5", free agent, ending 8-year stay at AC Milan. I've mentioned that in the game. The fact that his contract's running out and he might be going to PSG. I put first ever tournament in brackets, 3 clean sheets, so I know how many clean sheets he's kept. And then after that, I've got 31 Italy appearances, how many he's conceded, how many he's kept clean sheets, his age, and date of birth, so 25th of February 1999. And that goes for the whole squad, and even all the subs, even both keepers, even though the chance of them to come on is quite rare. And then the same goes for Spain here. Obviously, I've got Sarabia there because I thought he might play. He's not, but then there you go, just the same thing. Same for Unai Simon. So I've got Unai Simon, number 23, 6'3", Bilbao, plays for them. Then, as I said, made 9 clean sheets last season. He won the under-19s and under-21 Euros for Spain. He's played 5 times in this Euros. He's kept 2 clean sheets. It's his first tournament. He's got 12 Spain appearances, now 13. 10 conceded, 4 clean sheets, age 24. And then, obviously, for different players, it's different. So, for example, here for Oyarzabal, I've got 13 goals, 10 assists, in brackets captain, 1-man club. So that's for last season stats. 13 goals, 10 assists. I know he's captain. I know he's a 1-man club, so he's got loyalty, and that might be the way he plays with his passing. Kind of link it into that. How many appearances he's got for the Euros? He's got 2 starts. How many appearances for Spain? His age, and it's all that. 18 appearances for Spain. Sorry, 5 starts. So that's for the lineups. If you're interested in that, and then I do 2 sheets here. I've only got 1 on show because the other one's not really needed at this point, but it might be needed if we go extra time. So then I do this sheet as well. It's not really focusing, but you kind of make out what it is. So I've got the first 2 boxes here. It is the game, so Italy versus Spain. I've got the location, Wembley Stadium, how many it holds, and then a little stat. So I've put here built from 2003 to 2007. Then it was opened in 2007. I've got the date, kick-off, time of kick-off, and then what it is, just kind of for old time's sake. So when I'm maybe looking back and go, oh yeah, that was 6th of the 7th, 2021. And then in the right-hand side box, I've got the officials that you can find at the website. So I know it's Felix Breisch. He's got assistant referees to the linesman of Mark Borsch and Stefan Lupp. I know who the 4th official is, Sergei Karazazev of Russia. So kind of that stuff. And I've got Italy, so I know their world ranking there. I've got what they are in Europe. I've got a little stat as well, so they're 32 unbeaten, new record. And I've got what they've done in these Euros, so I know they finished first. I know they've got 9 points in the groups and they've won all 3 games, how many they scored, conceded. And I've also only team to win all 5 Euro games, and they've scored 11 and conceded only 2. And I've got how they did in qualifying. I've got how they did in the last Euros, so I know Italy finished first in the last Euros with 2 wins against Belgium and Sweden. They lost to Ireland in the last one, and then they beat Spain in the last 16, 2-0. Chiellini scoring and Graziano Pella, and then they got beat by Germany 1-1 in the drew to Germany 1-1 in the last 8, but then lost on penalties. So I know who won, who scored a pen and all that. They've got some Euros history, so just stats like how many Euros they featured in, which ones they participate in, the last 4 Euros, how they did, biggest win in the Euros, biggest loss, all that. And then I've got some other Euro stats, how many Euro games they played, who their top scorers are, What's their knockout record like? And then I've got a little bit here at the bottom, as you can see, that one, that's all about Roberto Mancini. That's got his age, what he's won, clubs he's managed, clubs he's played for, his record as Italian manager, record versus Spain. So, for example, Mancini's played once against Spain, he's never managed against them, he's played against them once as a player, and it was a 1-0 win in Euro 88. Vialli, his assistant manager right now, scored that winning goal. So that's quite quite interesting stat. And then that's the exact same on the other side for Spain. And then I've got a little head-to-head. So I've got how many times they played against each other. This is the 34th meeting. I've got the last game they played against each other. It was a World Cup qualifier. I know which Euros they met in. They've met in 1980, the 88, 08, 2012, 2016. I've got the last meeting in the Euros. I've got other meetings in the. I've got everything I need. And I know this is their first ever time they've met in a semi-final of the Euros as well. And then, in case we've got extra time, I've started to do this for these games. This one's a little bit bigger than usual, but it's extra time or penalty stats. So I've got Italy have gone to extra time 8 times, Spain have gone to extra time 7 times. Italy have had 5 penalty shootouts, Spain have had 4. And I've got the last time they had a penalty shootout against each other, that was in the 2008 Euros in the quarter-final. I've got who scored when, so Villa made it 1-0, and then Fabregas got the winner, things like that. So that will be used if it goes extra time or penalties. So you kind of know background of how they fare in extra time games, and then that's the homework for it. I mean, it takes me altogether about 2 or 3 hours. I think now, especially now, I type it all. It's just so much quicker. But yeah, that's all the preparation I do. I know this is a bit boring, so bear with me. But yeah, that's the games, and then I'll just show you the pile here. Give me a second. It's just over here. And then this is all the ones I've done in the past. Obviously, they're adapting, so it started off with, like, for example, these stats. Like, look how rubbish that is. The scribbles and all that. But now, obviously, they're a lot better. And they've adapted as well nicely, so try and get these back in. But yeah, that's that's all of them. It's quite a lot, to be fair. Oh, sorry about that. I was just putting them away. I didn't want to ruin them. So yeah, that's all I do. Why has that tired me out? So yeah, so when I'm like, maybe when there's like a spell of possession, say, and it's a bit boring. That's when if you hear me say a random stat and you're like, how does he know that? Yeah, it's not. I don't have it in the top of my head. Yeah, it's all written down for me. So, alright, class. Honestly, I respect the work. Do that is mint. Yeah. Is it a screen behind you or is it a board? Yeah, it's actually a sign. Proper. It's like got a. Oh, you can't see it. Can I show you that? Hold on. So you can see there, it's got like held by this. Mum made it, and then yeah, I've had this for ages now. But it's just mad, like, because what I'm thinking of doing, I was going to do it for this game, but I forgot, and I've not done it yet. But I have an Italy shirt and a Spain shirt, so I was going to put it just behind me, but I thought, well, that's completely taken away the point of this. So yeah, I mean, that's all the work that goes into it. I mean, it's good to look at. I mean, 100 commentaries on this channel we've done now. 100. That's absolutely mental. So obviously, the work I do in the stats, it obviously is going to build up like that. But I enjoy it, I really do. I want to do this as a job and a career, so I mean, anything I've got to do to try and improve and, you know, get used to what it's like to work in this environment, then I'm going to do that, so yeah. Yeah, so just give me just 1 second again. Oh, there we go. I'm actually sweating from... I've not done anything. I know it's hot in this room, to be fair. Yeah, so like, for example, with that extra time or penalties, like page, obviously if it doesn't go to extra time or penalty, then that won't be used. It's not really a waste, but you know, I'd like to use it if possible. Just gonna check my phone quick, because the non-league team I support apparently signed a player. We have, what a signing that is. We're about to get underway for the second half soon, I'm presuming. Obviously doing analysis on England, what a surprise. You're inspiring. Oh, thank you. I want to try and get into it because it's an amazing job. You make it look so easy. It's not as easy. That's very nice to say. It's not as easy as it looks. Obviously, I just love football, so it's easier for me. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You just got to just do it. That's actually it's the only advice I can give. Just if you want to go for it, just do it, and it will just over time things will evolve and build. Look at my first few commentaries. Oh, God. They're not even just awful in the fact the commentaries are awful. It's like the setup. It's like I didn't have a mic properly, so I sounded rubbish. I didn't have any face cam, so it was just a thumbnail. But look at it now. I've got lineups next to me. I've got a face cam. I've got, you know, it's great. I've got a lot of lighting. I've got a nice little chair. You know, just go for it. If you want to try it, just go for it and see what happens. That's all I would advice I'd give. So did you have a TV in front of you? Yes, just have literally one stood. I'm pointing like you can see. It's just there, like in front of me. That's why when I'm commentating, I'm looking there and not like here or anything. So yeah. But yeah, we should have the second half starting just a few minutes time. I mean, I hope we get a winner. I really do. I mean, a 0-0 in penalties, would I take that? I don't know. I think I would. If you're interested in following any of the socials, I've got a TikTok and an Instagram. TikTok, I just post highlights of these commentaries in terms of like goals, and then Instagram I post when I'm commentating. There will now be a big break of commentaries. I'll try and keep up the content like with Euro stuff, if I can. But to be honest, obviously, like I said, this season, if you include the Euros, it's been 11 months. It's been 11 months during which I had schoolwork as well. During that, of just commentary, it's been quite a difficult season of just getting it and doing it. But I've loved it. So even if it means my next commentary is in a month, then that's when it is. I'm just going to have a break. I'm going to enjoy the time, because obviously 11 months of one season technically is mad on itself. So yeah. Hopefully some people start to get back into the stream, because we are about to get underway for the second half. Nearly forgot, and I forgot in the last stream to change this from first half to second half. There we go. But yeah, will the Italy players come out with a different mentality, because they were very poor in that first half. They couldn't quite keep the ball. They did really well down the left-hand side. That was a real strength, and I don't know if they'll keep trying to work on that, but their left-hand side, Emerson and Insigne, they were really strong. So I'm just wondering if maybe Spinazzola was fit and he didn't get injured, would they be even more dangerous down that left-hand side? Well, who knows, but all we know is that they'd be dangerous down this left-hand side for now, so they could continue doing that. And they have tried to go down the left straight away, but they've gone back to Chiellini as Italy do kick off, kicking left to right, Spain right to left. As we're back underway with Bernucci playing it forward, knocked off the ball as he passed it, and a rightly given free kick there by the referee. I know I had to go in before for not giving the right decisions all the time, but that was a correct one. It's got bundled to the ground. Time is back underway. What an awful switch that is. Tried to play it to the left-hand side. No one was there. And took it quickly, throwing it down the line to Oyarzábal. Tries to play it back towards Azpilicueta, but it's just been deflected away from him by Verratti. It will be a Spain throw-in just in towards the final third, so we've got a chance here to maybe get an early lead. Throws it in towards Oyarzábal, brings it down nicely, turns forward, plays it forward towards Olmo. Good tackle by Emerson and a clearance by Verratti up towards Insigne. Loses out and then wins the throw-in though, because Garcia came in and his touch was too heavy, so it led to an Italy throw-in. But yeah, last commentary of the season until we have a bit of a break, and then we'll be back for the new season, which will probably come round a bit too quick, so don't worry. Commentaries won't be gone for too long. As Verratti heads it forward and Busquets plays it forward, and then it comes off the referee. It's going to have to be a drop ball here. Busquets just got in there ahead of Barella, and he kicked off the referee by accident. It's now with Laporte. Jordi Alba into Laporte again. Last 2 seasons he struggled to be a first teamer due to injury and then the signing of Diaz. Last season played 27 times, season before that was only 20, but the season before that was 51 appearances. So he can be trusted by City when they need to, as Ferran Torres, another City player, has been caught offside there. A bit lazy that from Ferran Torres, should really be making sure he's staying on side. If they do get to the final, Spain, they have been runners-up before. Finished runners-up in 1992. But did win it in 1964, 2008 and 2012. Joint most Euros wins with Germany. Alba. Back to Unai Simon. It's a poor clearance. What is that? Right to Insigne across the box. Poor touch from Insigne and tries to play it back towards Emerson, but it deflects off Azpilicueta, and a corner kick it is. Unai Simon with the most relaxed looking kick. He just sliced it right towards Insigne. Thankfully he was quite far away from goal, because it was an empty goal it could have been. But fair play to Insigne for winning a corner. And it'll be an in-swinger to be taken by Insigne. He's raised the right arm. And he swings it in. It's a good ball, but Laporte's there to head away. Oh, it's up towards Ferran Torres. Does he beat Emerson to it? He does. He barges him down, and then plays back into Olmo. Clears it away towards Ferran Torres. So that clearly wasn't Ferran Torres before, but can't get there. Barella has, and it's now Emerson down the line. Cut out by Azpilicueta. Zipped in towards Pedri. Can't quite get towards him, so Jorginho clears forward, and he will give chase to by Immobile. He's on one-on-one with Laporte, and he gets a shot away, and it's well wide of the post. Goal kick for Spain. Immobile only scoring 2 goals. It's Turkey and Switzerland. It's not really scored in a big game yet for Italy. It's Verratti wins it back in the midfield, and Emerson loses it with Jorginho, and it's now with Oyarzábal. He's got Olmo running to his right. He's got Pedri to the left, and with Torres goes to the right to Olmo. He then puts the ball right across towards Torres. Good side challenge and a clearance by Di Lorenzo. And a corner kick it'll be, but better by Spain, actually deciding to pass the ball in those attacking areas instead of shooting, which Olmo did a few times in that first half. Up towards Torres at the far post, which good defended by the Napoli right back Di Lorenzo. Only missed 2 games the last season, Di Lorenzo, so he's had plenty of football in the last 10 months. at least 12th Italian appearance as well. Usually second choice to Alessandro Florenzi, who's been injured for this tournament. Got injured in the first game against Turkey, so he's back on the bench though, thankfully for Italy. But here's Koke over the corner. Be a right-footed in-swinger. It's a ball in. It's dangerous. It has to be punched away by Donnarumma towards Alba, who nods it out wide left to Oyarzabal. Works it to Koke after it being deflected. Then to Jordi Alba. Can't get beyond Jorginho. He plays it forward towards Immobile. Strong challenge by Busquets. And too strong for the referee's liking. Free kick. It's going to be a booking as well for Busquets. This ref's having an absolute shocker. It's not a booking. The captain's booked. Let's have a look. No, it's not. We've had so many of those challenges and he's not booked any of them. It's not even that bad. Not a yellow. This ref's having a shocker. I'm sorry, he is. The refereeing standard this tournament has been pretty good in, overall. Yes, there's obviously been mistakes, but as a whole, it's been decent refereeing, especially compared to the refereeing in the Premier League. But today, he's a good ref. I've seen him plenty of times. He's a good ref. But today, he's just not quite getting the flow of the game, I don't think. Italy have lost it with a switch ball towards Insigne on the left, so it will be a throw-in for Spain as we're still looking for that first goal. Laporte. Poor ball looking for Azpilicueta caught by Insigne with the header. That says a lot. Was on his own, to be fair, Insigne to intercept the pass. He's only 5'4". So Bonucci forward to Barella. Nice flick around the corner to Immobile. Then outside of the boot ball, looking for Emerson. Too short. Cut out by Azpilicueta, and it's a great side challenge actually because he kicked it to Oyarzabal on the right. 1-on-1 with Chiellini. Cuts in onto his left. Plays it to Busquets. Who shoots, and it's just over the bar. Not far away. He's just been booked, the captain. Try to take his anger out if he has any with that shot. Good power on it. Not really a out-and-out goal scorer. Busquets, he would only be second goal for his country. But he hit it on the edge of the box. Tested Donnarumma in terms of he had to dive high for that one, and it's not far away, just over the bar for Sergio Busquets. He has got 2 goals for Spain, and those both came back in 2014, so he's had to wait nearly 7 years for another goal, and that wait had nearly come to an end there, but Italy are breaking away. Insigne gets it from a lovely flick from Immobile. The break's on. He looks to the right, he finds Barella, who brings it down and then works it to Chiesa in the box on the right. Tries the shot, and it's a good save. Down low to Unai Simon's right. And the game might just start to be opening up a little bit here. Great ball forward, and that flip from Immobile to find Insigne was absolutely beautiful. But then Chiesa, who did score in a similar position against Austria in the round of 16, right outside of that box, couldn't quite find the bottom left corner this time. But hopefully the game is just starting to open up that little bit more, and we get that first goal, and then someone's got to chase the game. Now with Laporte, Jordi Alba. Here's the star man, Pedri. What a talent! I cannot believe Pedri is 18 years old. Only made his debut for Spain this year, not this season, this year in 2021. What a player! One for the future. A lot of players and former players are comparing him to the quality of Messi, and if he's playing like this with so much maturity at the age of 18, he's surely got a career similar to Messi's in terms of his success, because he does look so good. He doesn't look like 18, he looks like 28. He looks like he's been playing the game for years and being at such a high level as well. Just looks like he's dictating. He just feels comfortable on the pitch as well. Ball down the line to Koke towards the corner flag, gets there ahead of Emerson. Back to Oyarzabal. Azpilicueta. Wasn't originally the starting right back for Spain, it was Marcos Llorente, but Azpilicueta came in and he's kept his spot since the third game of this tournament. I'm pretty sure that's when he took over that game against Slovakia. Then scored against Croatia in the game after. It's Laporte. Now here's Pedri a little bit deeper in the midfield, so try to maybe create something from deep. He just plays it across to Garcia. Laporte. Just assessing the options and just goes across to Busquets, who's probably come closest to scoring in this half, definitely. Against Spain, just knocking the ball about, keeping the possession. If this does go to extra time, Spain have won 5 of the last 6 times it's gone to extra time in these Euros, or in the Euros. But that adventurous ball from Laporte can be seen out by De Lorenzo. Goal kick for Spain, yeah. 5 of the 6 games that have gone to extra time for Spain, they've won. To be fair, it might be 6 out of 7 now, because they have gone to extra time 7 times, Spain, so it might be 6 or 7. The only time they've lost in extra time was when it went to penalties, and that was against England back in 1996. Spain have it back, though, with the goalkeeper. Is Italy again just struggling to keep the ball. Not sure what's completely wrong with Italy tonight, but in terms of keeping the ball, they've not been too great. And Olmo tries to bring that ball down. It's been won back for Italy, though, by Chiellini, and it's now Verratti on the ball. Turns and finds Chiellini on the left, chests it down and plays it forward to Lorenzo Insigne. Will run it. Azpilicueta lays it off into Emerson. Works a ball in the box, cut out by Garcia. It was a low-driven cross. Pretty easy to deal with for Garcia. And Azpilicueta sends it down that line, and Olmo gets there ahead of Bonucci and holds off Chiellini and finds Pedri. He's got Ferran Torres to his left. He just about gets it to him on the edge of the box. Cuts onto his right, tries to shoot. It's blocked. And it goes all the way over to the Italy left where Insigne can pick it up. Play it into Jorginho, then goes towards Verratti. Just about keeps it in. And then plays it forward, but it's been deflected. Thankfully for him, back to Jorginho. He then nearly loses out to Olmo until he's being pulled down to the ground. And he wins a free kick for his team. I mean, Italy playing a risky game there. It's not quite comfortable, Italy. Might be the occasion. I mean, I know a lot of these players haven't played in tournaments before because they missed the World Cup in 2018, Italy. That's when Mancini took over after that disappointment. Back in 2018, so it's Donnarumma's first tournament, it's the right back's first tournament, left back, all the midfield. I think of them. Maybe that's fair. I think it's Verratti's as well first tournament because he's usually injured for the tournaments. As Barella loses it in midfield for Italy. It's now Busquets. And then across to go to Koke. But in fairness to Italy, they've got men behind the ball very quickly. As Oyarzabal decides to shoot, and it stings the gloves as Donnarumma, but it's right towards the goalkeeper, so he's not really had to move for it. He just had to get his arms up to catch that ball. At least this one didn't go over the bar, but he might have been rising over the bar, actually. Good save, though, for Donnarumma. Just testing him, just making sure he's still on his toes at all times. Jorginho clears forward. Nice, better ball to Immobile. He's going to try and spin Laporte, and he does do so. It's a one-on-one chase for it. Just about keeps it away from the centre-back, but then he's got Alba to try and beat. He can't beat both of them together. They win it back nicely. And Alba coming to Laporte's rescue there, but then he loses it. But then Italy lose it with a poor pass. It's Olmo. Across we go to Azpilicueta, and Spain can try and get on the attack here. Again, they slow the ball down too slowly, and it allows Italy to get men back here. Pedri will run at the defence of Italy. Lay it into Ferran Torres. Back into Pedri. Now with Alba. Busquets. Nice ball. Oyarzabal. Koke. Across we go to Azpilicueta. Back into Koke. Can he work across maybe? I mean, they've not really got a target man like Morata, so they're probably going to have to work it into the box themselves. Laporte. Pedri. Laporte, 25 yards out, plays it through to Olmo, tries to turn, met by a bunch of Italian bodies, but it's gone to Torres, plays it into Alba, a ball in, and it's an easy catch for Donnarumma, and he looks to set Italy off very quickly with a roll into Verratti, then a forward pass to Insigne. Immobile's with him, he tries to get it around the corner towards him, Laporte with a strong challenge, here we go as far as Chiesa, in the box, onto his right foot, he shoots and he scores! Like he did against Austria at this ground. He puts them 1-0 up. It's a beautiful goal by Federico Chiesa. And as this game is just starting to pick it up with the pace, Italy have scored, the fans go wild. And it's a beautiful finish. kept the keeper rooted to the spot. And it's the first breakthrough in this game, and it goes to the Italians. He's had such a good game, Laporte. His slide tackle, it was a good one, but it only went as far as I think Chiesa, but it all came from that poor cross from Alba. Donnarumma set them off quickly, rolling it into Verratti. Got it quickly down towards Insigne on the left, around the corner to Immobile. A great ball, a great tackle from Laporte, but it fell straight to Chiesa. 1-on-1 with Garcia. Onto the right foot it got it onto. And then looked at that far corner, fancied it, took it on, and he delivered with a massive goal. What a finish, what bend on that. And Federico Chiesa loves a goal at Wembley. Italy 1, Spain 0. Wow. I mean, you could argue Spain have been the better side, but it just shows when you get those chances, you've got to take them. And Italy have done just that. They've had 2 chances in this game. They had one in the first half of Emerson, who hit the post/bar. And now they've had this one where Chiesa just scored. Scored against Austria here in the round of 16. He's now scored against Spain here in the semi-final. And can Italy get back-to-back Euro wins against Spain? Did it 2-0 in 2016. They're currently 1-0 up in 2021. So we've got an Italy change. Berardi's coming on. He's usually a right winger, so is he bringing off Chiesa? And here comes Alvaro Morata, playing up against teammates of Chiellini and Bonucci. Who's come off? Immobile? Switch for Spain, and Oyarzabal can't keep it on. Italy throw. Who's come off for Spain? For Italy? Not telling us. Berardi's come on. Yeah, Immobile's come off. Not had the greatest of games. I know he did pretty well to keep the ball up the pitch for Italy there for the goal, but was struggling up there. So it's probably better to put wingers on. And then for Spain, Ferran Torres is being brought off for Alvaro Morata. And can they look for crosses maybe from the right? Azpilicueta has assisted Morata 8 times for goals while at Chelsea in the 2-year stay he had. So they built up a pretty good connection. And it gives Chiellini or Bonucci something to worry about. They've worked it to Azpilicueta here. Can't quite get across, so he goes back to Koke, as it will be a lot of defending now for Italy in these last 30 or so minutes. Laporte to Alba. His poor cross led to the counter-attack. He might put another one in. It's a better one, but it's headed away by Chiellini. It's a misjudged header, though, really. Showing a bit of a 50p header there. I think he was trying to head it away, but it's gone backwards instead. And a corner for Spain as the game is starting to just liven up now. And it's definitely going to liven up more because Spain need a goal to stay in these Euros. They have called upon Morata for that. Come on, Italy, what a game. I'm surprised Italy took the lead. I don't think they've been the better team. I think they've been poor today, but if you have that quality to get through games when you've not played the best, then that's the best way of winning sometimes, as Chiellini heads away the corner that he gave away. It's now back with Unai Simon as Pedri played it back to the keeper and he gets the return. He's going to look to go down the right-hand side, Pedri. Gets beyond Chiesa, into Olmo. Can't quite get the 1-2 off because it deflects off Chiellini. It'll be a throw-in for Spain. Italy did beat Spain 1-0 back in 1988 in the group stage of Euros. So they have beat them 1-0 before in this competition, as Morata's pass is a bit short and he loses it to Barella, but then Koke wins it back, working well with Morata to get that ball back. And we continue with Garcia, who let Chiesa get the shot away, and he did score with quite conviction. It was a great finish. I think Unai Simon probably should have done better in the Spain goal. Maybe diving at it would have been a start, but can't take away anything from the finish from Chiesa. Laporte, Busquets, and Garcia. Now Azpilicueta. Talk about the partnership he has with Morata. His cross hasn't quite reached him. It's found his teammate Jorginho. Bounces off Oyarzabal. Headed away by Berardi. Not the most convincing of headers. Now Koke crosses in towards Oyarzabal. Oh, he misses the header. What an opportunity. He's had a few chances now, Oyarzabal, in the game where he's bottled it himself. Because he's had a few chances where the pass has been perfect towards him, but he's not been able to convert. And it's the same there. Berardi's header was poor. Koke got a cross in. Oh, he's onside as well. 6 yards out. All he has to do is head it towards goal. He tried to flick it instead of get a good contact on it, and I just think he completely missed the ball. What a chance. They brought Morata on for chances like that, but it's fell to Oyarzabal, and he's not taking it. Oh, what a chance that is. Spain still search, and I mean, the good thing for Spain is the way they play, they will have a lot of the ball, and they'll be comfortable with it for these last 25 minutes. So as long as they can just make the space, then they should have chances. Azpilicueta. Down the line to Oyarzabal. He wants to try and prove his worth in this game because he's not been quite good enough. Koke swings the ball in. Headed away by Bonucci. Straight back to Spain with Laporte. This is where Spain will get the ball back from Italy clearances. You know, because obviously they'll have as many men behind the ball as they can, Italy. As they've worked it to Azpilicueta. Cross it is in. Poor again. Cleared by Chiellini. Thing is that cross was just poor. It's not like Chiellini won it because he's got so much height. That was just a poor cross in there. Garcia. Koke swings it towards the box. It's brought down by Oyarzabal, and it falls to Dani Olmo. Wide of the post it goes. Better from Oyarzabal. Brought it down nicely from the Koke pass. Brought it down, and he was tackled by Chiellini. That's where it fell to Olmo, who latched onto the tackle from Chiellini. Just got too much slice on it, and wide it went. But better. They're striving towards a goal which they need to send it to extra time if they are to score one more. It's now with Donnarumma. Bonucci. Ball inside. Lovely. Great from Insigne. Now finds Barella. Caught by Morata. No, says the referee. Wow. Surprised that's not a foul. Another poor decision by the ref. And it's now Morata who loses it with a poor pass. De Lorenzo picked it up. It's now Barella, his pass is intercepted, falls to Morata. Poor touch it looked like, but he got on the end of it, and he played it back, always finds Berardi in the Italian shirt. Now Verratti, through to Insigne. One more touch further forward to Berardi. Now Chiesa. Shifts it onto his right foot on the edge. Now in the box. Holds it up. Plays a ball through. What a pass! Berardi! Stopped by the legs of Unai Simon, and it's all cleared as far as Insigne. Back to Di Lorenzo. Barella. It's now Di Lorenzo. Good chance that. Things with Italy, they've not been great today, but when they've had a chance, my word, have they looked like they're going to score. There's Chiellini. Long ball forward, right into the arms of Unai Simon. Rolls out to Laporte. Garcia. Looks like a double change there for Spain. It's going to be. Can't quite see who's coming off him. It looks like Rodri's going to be coming. That's both for Busquets. He is on the booking. Can't quite see the other one from this far away. Alba. Laporte. Pedri. They are going to have to ask a bit more of him. Even though he's had a great tournament and he's been good in terms of being on the ball, he's not got a goal or an assist yet in these Euros, and he's played every minute. So they need a bit more from Pedri if that's possible. Even though he has been so good. You know, a contribution would be nice. In terms of a goal contribution. Has put the work in. He's covering the most ground out of any player in this tournament. Busquets. Back to Laporte on the halfway line. Across to Garcia. Who is that? I can't quite make out who he is. Find out in a minute when the change is made. Garcia. Busquets. Nice ball into Olmo. Just about gets the touch off, but loses out to Barella and catches him late as he tries to win it back, and then it's a free kick for Italy. They're defending this well so far. That was not a free kick. He's won the ball there, Olmo. There's a chance for Berardi though as he got the shot away. Didn't quite catch it the way he would have wanted him to, and a nice block by Unai Simon. Gerard Moreno is the man to come on. Had a great season at Villarreal, scored 30 last season, got the top goal scorer in the Europa League with 7 as his team won it against United in the final. He replaces Oyarzabal, who we know has missed some big chances tonight, so that's not a surprise. And then Rodri is going to replace Koke, so they're going to keep Busquets on despite having the yellow card. and they're going to bring off Koke, which I'm surprised about. Going to have 2 holding midfielders. That probably allows Pedri to play further forward, actually, to be fair. So it could be a good move, that. We'll have to wait and see. As Alba heads it back forward from the Italian free kick. Olmo. Back to Jordi Alba. Across to Garcia. Laporte. Gets to Alba. Pedri. I just hope he scores a screamer or something. Pedri deserves it. He's a great player. Now Rodri to Azpilicueta. We know he has that link up with Morata. Doesn't go for the cross this time. Back to Rodri we go. 20 minutes to go. For a place in the final on Sunday. Laporte. Ball towards the back post. Headed into the centre by Moreno. Headed away by Chiellini. Only as far as Azpilicueta. Finds Olmo. Across to Pedri. Once more to Jordi Alba. Too much is on it. Nobody does work across. And it's a catch in the end. That should have been made by Donnarumma. But he was nudged to the ground by Azpilicueta. And a free kick it is for Italy. Donnarumma wasn't quite happy with the challenge made there. Yeah, that's naughty, that by Azpilicueta. Just went into his back there. Knows he's not going to win it, so just nudged his back, meaning Donnarumma couldn't catch the ball. We're going to get another change here. It's going to be Matteo Pessina for Italy to come on, and Toloi as well, Atalanta centre-back. So there's one defensive change there, and Pessina has been quite good in terms of scoring for Italy. He's got 2 goals, got one against Wales in the 1-0 win, then scored the second one against Austria as they're away here. Barella into Berardi. Oh, touch is too heavy. Jordi Alba can tackle him, and then Unai Simon avoids the corner. So our challenge gets it out for a throw-in instead of a corner. Not quite sure what happened, to be fair. The camera just cut to Italy breaking. They probably should have done a bit. Should I done a little bit better with that? As they are attacking at the end where the majority of the Italian fans are, so the limbs were pretty good when Chiesa put them ahead. They've lost it though to Olmo, as far as Barella though, so they've got it back in their possession. It's now Chiellini swept across to Emerson. Chiellini just brushing it side to side here. Chiellini, nice little ball into Bonucci. Back we go to Donnarumma. Oh, intercepted by Morata, but it does fall to Bonucci. Bonucci then tackled by Morata, and it will be a throw-in for Italy. How close can you get? Nearly a costly error by Donnarumma. It was intercepted by Morata, but he couldn't quite get it in front of him. And here's the 2 changes. Who's he going to bring off? So Verratti's going to be replaced by Pessina. Quite an attacking change, that. I know Verratti, missed a few games this Euro, so that's probably just can't last the full 90. But Pessina's more of an attacking midfielder. Like I said, 2 goals already in this Euro, so if you could bag his 3rd, that would be fantastic for Matteo Pessina. And then Rafael Toloi, who captained Atalanta's 27 times last season, will replace Emerson, making his first appearance in these his second start in these Euros. His other start came against Wales. He'll be replaced by Toloi. So they might be going for a back 3 here. Or maybe putting Di Lorenzo at left back. Yeah, Di Lorenzo is going to left back, and Rafael Toloi is going to right back. Played there against Wales, Toloi at right back. Surprised they've took off Emerson, unless they just don't think he could last the full 90. I thought he was having a good game at left back. They scored it in the first half. Alba hooks it forward for Spain. Brought down by Barella, and he finds Chiellini. Helped forward to Insigne, then out wide it goes to Di Lorenzo, who's a right footer playing left back, and his pass is being intercepted by Azpilicueta, kept on by Moreno. And then back he goes towards the goalkeeper, Unai Simon. Plays it across to Garcia. Lets it run across his body, and he clips it down the line. Then back inside by Moreno. Rodri has to poke backwards. It's all in the Spain half here. A bit of risky play. They need to try and get it forward if they can. Now with Laporte into Eric Garcia. Never scored for City in his 35 first-team appearances he made. Olmo can't quite find Morata. Now Donnarumma takes a touch and then clears it towards the right-hand side where Berardi can't quite win it against Alba, and he'll go out for a throw-in for Spain towards the halfway line. Jordi Alba could do with a goal. Did score against Italy in the Euro 2012 final, Jordi Alba. Would be nice for him to score in this one as well. Laporte on the halfway line. Good defending from Italy in terms of the bodies and the congestion they're causing. Not really letting Spain have any space to create anything. Problem with Italy, I feel, if you let them go ahead, they're pretty good at defending their own leads. Donnarumma has never conceded more than one goal for Italy in a game, which is quite the stat. Garcia struggling to get through the first line of press from Italy, but they've done it now with a ball to Azpilicueta, who goes inside to Morata, then first time looking for Moreno, the right winger, tries to shift it onto his left foot, tackled by Di Lorenzo, as far as Rodri, just about keeps it for Spain as he goes back to Garcia. Now across again to Laporte, back to Garcia. Moreno, ball forward, into Morata, takes a touch, tries to pull it back on the tight angle, and it's been blocked off in a corner for Spain. Bonucci with a very good block. There's a good flick in there. Who was that? I can't see who that was, but it's a great flick in towards Morata, who then took it to the byline, tried to pull it back, blocked by his Juventus teammate Bonucci. Dani Olmo. Poor corner, headed away at the near post by Berardi. Pedro will have to give chase and keeps it in and goes back to Garcia. Can they create another big chance and opportunity to take it to extra time? Laporte going to try and go down the left there with Alba, looking for a ball towards Olmo, asking a lot of the RB Leipzig midfielder. Falls right through to Gianluigi Donnarumma. Spain fans watch anxiously on as a long ball towards Insigne's nearly works, and as Unai Simon cleared, it's bounced off Laporte, and the throwing it is for Spain, for Italy in the final third. Good goalkeeping. It was a hopeful long ball by Bonucci, and I think everyone's on side there. And Unai Simon had to come and clear it, and then he did. And as he did, it's bounced off Laporte. It's going to be a throw-in towards the corner flag. Will be Toloi to take the throw-in. Headed down towards Chiesa, cleared by Alba. Will fall to Chiellini, who volleys it towards the left wing where Berardi brings it down. What a touch by Berardi. Pokes it back to Barella. Once more then to Chiellini. What a touch that is by Berardi to keep possession. Then Bonucci tries to clear. Stopped by Morata, but then loses out. Chiellini again. Ball over towards the left-hand side. Di Lorenzo will chase it. Azpilicueta will get there first and get it back to his goalkeeper. Nicely played there. Can Dani Olmo cause danger up front? He won the under-21 Euro, scored in the semi-final and the final. Morata also scored in the under-19 Euro when he got in 2011, and also won it in 2013 with the under-21s, and I was actually top scorer in both of those tournaments for Spain. So at youth level they've won this. It's all about the big boy level now, the senior level. Moreno inside to Rodri. Can't really turn, and he has to go back to Azpilicueta, then to Garcia, now back to the keeper. Good pressing this is from Italy. It really is. I think the Italians will be the first to admit this hasn't been a great performance as they've won it back here, and they've got it into Berardi on the edge, left-footed, and it's a poor strike in the end. Too timid, easy save for Unai Simon. Can't be losing it in those areas though, Spain in their own half. Yeah, like I said, Italy will admit this has not been the finest of performances really from what I've seen, but when it's mattered they have been better. Especially that first half, they couldn't keep the ball, but they have got better and they have improved. As Morata picks it up on the turn and can look forward, find Olmo, 1-2, back into Morata, what a chance, what a goal! Morata is now Spain's all-time top scorers in European Championships, and what a time to become the new record holder. With only 10 minutes left, it was looking like doom and gloom for Spain. But I just mentioned them two. Dani Olmo and Morata succeeding at youth level. Can they do it on the big stage? And they've just linked up with a beautiful 1-2 to get beyond the Italian backline and to get it past Donnarumma. Composed finish from Morata, who was dropped for this game. He's come on as a sub. It's not affected him at all. He's had the great attitude to get in behind. Left foot finish. Sends Donnarumma the wrong way. And Spain score a beautiful goal to bring this game back to level terms. And we could have extra time unless we find a winner in the next 10 minutes. But for Spain, their hero is Alvaro Morata. Great goal. Good link up with Olmo. And it's Italy 1, Spain 1. Just saying as well how Italy will admit this hasn't been their finest of performances. And, you know, this just shows they've just not been the Italy we've seen. Just something's not been quite the same. As Bonucci tries to urge his team, you know, to be more up spirit, upbeat. I think Spain were going to make subs there, but they've decided to go against that now. They've scored, and Rodri running back from kickoff. Barella losing possession. Rodri storming down the right, holds it up, plays it back into Gerard Moreno. Back to Rodri. Crosses, blocked. Spain corner. The tide is changing. Spain are looking dangerous, and it looks like they might be the ones going through. What a change. Morata, in the game against Croatia, he levelled Fernando Torres' top goal scorer record as that corner's been headed away for a goal kick off Busquets. Nearly looped to the back stick towards Laporte. Good ball from Olmo. Good winner by Busquets. Laporte couldn't keep it in. But yeah, he levelled Fernando Torres' top goal scorer record with 5 European Championship goals. Morata's now got 6. He's third of this competition. Scored against Poland, Croatia, now Italy. Insigne. Is he tripped there by Laporte? Yes, he is, says the referee in the Italian half. Just gives Italy a chance to breathe a little bit there. Throwing for Italy, and they're going to make another change. It looks like it's going to be Manuel Locatelli. Target for Juventus and Arsenal. They've lost it though from the throw-in. They took the throw-in, decided they took the throw-in instead of making the change first. It's now Garcia. We all knew, I think, that Spain would create another chance before the end of the game because they have so much of the ball. But the way they did score was, it was nicely worked, and it was a well-deserved goal, I think. Azpilicueta. He's usually the one assisting Morata, but this time it was Dani Olmo. Busquets. Ball forward. Moreno. One more to Morata. He's in behind. Right hand side of the box. Holds it up. Plays it across. Moreno on the left foot. Shoots. And he's always going wide and over. Unlucky from Gerard Moreno. Really positive play from Spain. And Italy's going to try and look to get this to extra time if they can. They look really on the back foot here. Morata making a great run in behind Giorgio Chiellini. As he pulled it back to Moreno on the edge. Probably should have done a bit better than that. They're going to make a double change, in fact. Italy, they're going to bring on Manuel Locatelli, the midfielder. He's going to replace number 18, Nicolo Barella, who has struggled a little bit the last 10 or 15 minutes. So, fresh pair of legs with Locatelli, who's got a lot of praise during this tournament. Then Andrea Belotti, the backup striker to Immobile, will come on, so they'll have another out-and-out striker, and it'll be Lorenzo Insigne to come off. He's had a decent tournament. Scored against Belgium in the last round. He's played well today. Got Harold. Harold's in come on, Spain. As Azpilicueta is going to be replaced by Marcos Llorente, who did start the tournament as their first choice right back. Then Azpilicueta took that. So Llorente has another chance now at that right back role. As we're back underway. With Donnarumma on the ball. Goal in the 60th minute, goal on the 80th. We're now on the 85th. Ball forward. Good chested touch by Belotti. Then loses out though. As Chiesa got the last touch as he battled with a Spain defender. Both managers still barking out instructions constantly. Wanting their team to progress and not fall at this hurdle. You know, they say no one remembers the runners-up, but you really don't remember the semi-finalists. As Olmo loses out to Toloi. Then another foul there by Spain on the right. I think it's Jorginho who was brought down in the end. He's having to go at the referee there. Jorginho is not happy about the foul, I think by Pedri. Was it Olmo? It was Olmo. So Toloi to clip it down the right-hand side channel. Can't quite be brought down though by Pessina. Busquets tries to see it out. He keeps it in and Jordi Alba can clear down the line. Only as far as Bonucci. Then Locatelli. Out to Berardi. Header inside is lost to Olmo. And then Pedri's caught late by Jorginho. That'll be a free kick and surely a yellow card. That was a late challenge there by Jorginho. Oh, come on, Ref. Where's the consistency? I don't get it. He books Busquets in the first half for something very similar. That's even worse than Busquets. How's that not... Yeah, Pedri is astounded as I am. The fact he didn't get booked there. Laporte. Simon to Laporte. We're back underway. Closed down by Belotti, but works it to Olmo. Hits the deck, but Jordi Alba can take over. He's got Morata in support. He gets it to him. He's in the box on the left-hand side. Goes the long way and takes a really heavy touch. And out it goes for a goal kick. Really poor from Morata. Touch was so heavy. I don't get why. Morata was the man who scored. As an Italy fan was in tears with the equaliser. I think he knows that Italy have blottled a chance to get to the final there because, like I said, they weren't the better team even when they were ahead. Final third, it's now Chiesa for Italy. Edge of the box to Pessina. Back out it goes to Di Lorenzo. Then into Pessina again. Works himself away from Rodri. Di Lorenzo just about keeps it in, but then they lose it with Locatelli. Llorente gets in the way of a clearance from Gerard Moreno, and it's now an Italy throw-in inside the Spain half. But yeah, Di Lorenzo throw-in. The right back who's been shifted to left back since the change of Emerson coming off for Rafael Toloi. Throwing down the line. Belotti loses out, cleared by Moreno. Header to the right hand side by Bonucci. To Berardi. Back he plays it to Toloi. Nice ball in towards Pessina. No one's there to get on his pass forward and through the lines. Berardi wasn't quite on the same wavelength. And with a minute to go before added on time, it's still 1-1. Rodri. Back to Unai Simon. Shifts it to Laporte. Risky play here for Spain. It's down the channel again, flicked on by Olmo, only as far as Chiellini. Strides forward towards the halfway line and gets it towards Di Lorenzo on the left, but it gets too far beyond him and it's out for a throw-in for Spain. Taken quickly by Llorente to Gerard Moreno. Now Rodri, Llorente. Rodri back to Garcia. Spain are on the front foot as we head in towards added on time. Laporte, nice ball through to Olmo. Works away from Toloi. Plays a ball through, blocked off by Chiellini. Comes off his hand, but he couldn't help it. And he plays it away to Pessina. Nicely through the gap to Chiesa. Spain have got bodies back, but Chiesa can run at Garcia. Llorente tries to recover and get back, but he keeps it. And then tackled by Pedri. Spain have it back. How long's added on? I didn't see the board. Tell us. Busquets. How long's added on? Tell us. Tell me. Rodri to Llorente on the halfway line on the right-hand side for Spain. It would be cruel. It would be harsh if there's a goal now. 3 minutes added on, so when my clock gets to 48, that's when we've played all additional time. Garcia. Through to Olmo. Llorente's making a run in behind. Di Lorenzo has to get in there with a good slide challenge and concede the corner. How must the nerves feel for both sets of supporters? Chiellini intercepted the pass there well. It just came off his arm as he was just holding down his body. If you're watching the game, you know what I mean. It wasn't a penalty. Handball. Here comes the opportunity. Dani Olmo with an out-swinging corner. In towards the near post, headed away by Jorginho. Or as far as Jordi Alba on the edge. Just about heads it towards Llorente on the left. He goes all the way back to Unai Simon. And then just helps it forward to Garcia. As Spain will come again. Got another come on Spain in the chat. Looks like the English fans might want Spain to go through here. Busquets. Ball lifted over the top. It's adventurous. You're never going to get that through. Donnarumma got there ahead of Dani Olmo. He rolls it out to Bonucci. We've just got over a minute left. Toloi. Down the line. Can he find Belotti making a run in behind? He can't. Unai Simon's there. And we've got 60 seconds left. It's now make or break within these 90 minutes for both teams. Busquets. Oh, he's too lackadaisical on the ball. He's lost it to Pessina. It's now Chiesa looking for a switch towards Berardi. Too much on it. And he can't keep it in play, but he's offside anyway. Lucky there for Busquets. Just being too calm on the ball. Not realising he's being pressured right in front of his face. And it looks like we are going to get an extra time finish here. Possibly penalties. Moreno plays it across to Alba. We've got 12 seconds left. Back to Busquets. Oh, it looks like we are going to be getting extra time here. I don't think there's a chance for one more attack. The right back Llorente. Forward to Moreno. Back to goal. Plays it inside to Rodri and then he plays for full time. There could have been a chance there for Spain, but again, I don't really think there was much on there. Italy had the bodies back, so we've blown. And it will be extra time in this European Championship semi-final. How tense. 60th minute, Chiesa broke the deadlock for Italy. Nice goal on his right foot, cutting in from the left. And then 20 minutes later, with 10 minutes to go, Morata, the saviour for Spain, comes up with an important goal after a good 1-2 with Dani Olmo. And that's got us to extra time. An extra half an hour to try and find a winner. I'm going to quickly just go for just 2 seconds and then I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Put your score predictions into the chat as well while I'm gone. And yeah, just be 2 seconds. I'm back. 5-4 pen, so we think we're going to get a penalty shootout. I mean, I'm not sure. I think Spain did well to get back in it there. 10 minutes to go, you just do feel like it's coming to an end. The game wasn't great first half, I'm not going to lie, but this second half, I think it took about 10 minutes, 55th minute, it just started to open up, and both started to go for it. So it has ended up being a good game, like Venomix has said. Edge of the seat stuff. It definitely was edge of the seat stuff at the last 20 minutes. Definitely. As it looks like we're going to get restarted once again. Yeah, just getting ready for the second half once it gets back underway. I ordered shawarma, is that? Hold on. Oh, I don't think I like one of them. Don't think that's my kind of food. I mean, enjoy it. Like we're going to enjoy this extra time. Hopefully. So we've got an extra 15 minutes of a first half, 15 minutes of a second half, and then possibly penalties if we need it. Spain will be kicking left to right again. Italy right to left. Will we get a winner in this added on time in this semi-final? The first semi-final, these will either face Denmark or England, who play tomorrow. Just waiting for the referee to blow his whistle and we'll get back underway with Spain kick-off. And Pedri plays it back to Laporte. Sent towards the right-hand side where Moreno heads it in the air towards Morata. It's Locatelli to win it. It'll be seen out by Marcos Llorente for a throw-in for Spain. Thrown back to Eric Garcia. And over to Laporte. Time is going again. Laporte. Looks like it'll be a bit the same here. Spain possession. Nice ball by Albert into Olmo. Oh, he gets away from Toloi there for a second until he's pushed to the ground by the makeshift right back. Obviously, they don't see Alessandro Florenzi as too fit enough to get involved in this game. That's why they've had to put Toloi at right back, and he's committed a foul there in a dangerous area where Spain can get a good cross in here. Pedri and Alba are stood over it. It'll be Jordi Alba, I think, to take. Oh no, he's left it, and it'll be Olmo to take instead. Be a right-footed ball in. The Italian line has been placed on the edge of the box. Laporte's in there, Moreno's in there, so is Morata. Dani Olmo crosses in, good header by Belotti, and then a foul committed on the edge of the box by Rodri on Di Lorenzo. And it's going to be a bit of time to breathe for Italy. You need to try them, they are super good. I mean, I just saw a few images and I just don't think it's my kind of food, if I'm going to be honest. It's Jorginho for Italy. Toloi, down the line to Berardi. Trodden on by Alba, but he also goes down as well, so I'm not sure what's happened there. Alba's gone down like he's been fouled, and then it looked like Berardi was fouled. Let's have a look. Ball into Berardi. So Alba's kicked the foot of Berardi, and he's gone down like he's been trodden on. What? Alba, what are you doing? You clearly just kicked him. Foul for Italy. I mean, free kick for Italy. Rightly so. With a free kick. Jorginho to take. He leaves it for Toloi. Then plays it back to Bonucci. Ball over the top for Belotti to chase. Again, too much on it. Easy collection for Unai Simon. Belotti couldn't get on the end of that one. He rolls it out to Eric Garcia. Across it goes to Laporte. Garcia. Moreno. Now back with Garcia again. The first time Italy were in a extra time was in 1968. They played the Soviet Union in the semi-final. It was 0-0 in 90 minutes. It was 0-0 after 120 minutes. So the game was decided through a coin toss, and Italy won. Their captain, Jacinto Vaschetti, called correctly, and they got through. After a 0-0 draw in 120 minutes, they won through a coin toss. That was their first ever time in extra time, and it was in the semi-final. And then their next extra time was in the same tournament in the final against Yugoslavia. After 90 minutes, it was 1-1. After 120 minutes, it was 1-1. This time, it wasn't decided by coin toss. It was decided by a replay, which was played 2 days later, and Italy won 2-0. So, interesting history, Italy, with extra time getting through after a coin toss. Imagine that these days. Absolutely crazy as Spain lose possession after Laporte switched to Llorente. It's just gone out of play. Locatelli. Back it goes to Donnarumma in the Italian goal. 3 games now on the run where he's not got a clean sheet as Belotti loses out there on the aerial ball against Eric Garcia. Garcia looks like he's gone down in a bit of pain there, Belotti. Spain continue though as Belotti stayed down and then the ref blows the whistle. Looks like he landed awkwardly there, Belotti, holding the bottom of his back. Let's have a look. Yeah, a little bit of a nudge there from Garcia and he's just landed a bit heavy. I don't really say there was much wrong with that. I think the referees called it correctly. I don't think it was a foul. Saying he's elbowed him in the back. He definitely didn't elbow him. It was a little nudge. Laporte, as we're back underway. Belotti's okay. He's on his feet. He's running about. Pedri nods it forward to Olmo. Tries a back heel. Deflected. And won back by Toloi, but then he loses it with a misplaced ball. It's now Jordi Alba. Lets it run for a throw-in. Using his experience there very nicely. Jordi Alba captained his team twice while Sergio Busquets was out with COVID. In the first parts of these Euros, he almost touches out for a throw-in for Italy this time. Throw-in straight to Alba. Spain win it back and then Pedri wins a free kick. Well, I thought he did, but the referee sees it as a fair challenge by Berardi and it's a throw-in for Italy. Came off Pedri last. People also linking Pedri is almost like the next Iniesta, which is quite the comparison. Berardi loses out. Jorginho wins it back in that midfield, then loses it again to Pedri, who can break away. Oh, he's got beyond Toloi nicely. Gets into Morata, then back out wide left to Dani Olmo. What can he do with his magic? Gets beyond. Oh, he nearly did. Got beyond Toloi. And absolutely clattered by the right back, and that's definitely going to be a booking. No complaints by absolutely anyone there. Looks like Dani Olmo knocked it past the defender and then got beyond him. And then a right leg was left out by Toloi, taking him to the ground. Cynical, but probably needed to stop the dangerous attack. And a free kick it is for Spain. Toloi. He's got experience, he's 30, but all of his appearances for Italy have come in 2021, so he's had to wait a while for his call up. I think he's done the right thing there, bringing down Dani Olmo, because he looked like he was going to cause some issues, and he could still cause issues here. Olmo with the free kick that he will take, and that he won. He's driven it right across, saved by Donnarumma, falls to Morata, shoots, blocked, Busquets, wide it goes. What an opportunity. It's not a goal. It's not a corner. It's got to be a goal kick. Hard and low in by Olmo. Strong left arm by Donnarumma. Morata then struck. That was blocked. And then as it was blocked, it just cannoned off Busquets. And out it went for a goal kick. And now free kick's been won by Belotti as Laporte fouls him. Another chance gone as we're about halfway through this first half of extra time. Bonucci will take. The last time they had a penalty shootout in the Euros, Italy, Bonucci did miss. It was against Germany. He missed the fourth penalty for Italy, so he was only 2-2 still at the time. Ball forward, header won by Laporte, straight towards Pedri, can't quite bring it down. Now Jorginho in the Italian half, finds Berardi, pass intercepted, as far as Jorginho, who then loses it again. It's now Pedri, who then loses it because he's been brought down, but a free kick, says the referee. Spain with a free kick just inside the Italy half. It's now with Eric Garcia. Rodri to the right back, Llorente. Now Unai Simon. He might need to put some of his goalkeeping heroics back into action. Alba. Olmo. Brought down by Pessina. Free kick for Spain again. Dani Olmo's really grown into this game the further it's gone on. Trying to get inside from the left to go towards the centre of the pitch, and he's just been blocked off by Matteo Pessina. Played 10 minutes of this extra time period. 3 more of them, or 2 more of them to go. Busquets. To Llorente. Moreno. Back to Llorente. Garcia. Over to Laporte, then back to Simon, in just on the edge of the 18-yard box for Spain. To try and build from the back. Yep, 6 of the 7 times they've gone to extra time. They've won Spain. So 2 of them coming in these Euros in the last 2 knockout games. You had to do it against Croatia in extra time, and then against Switzerland on penalties. So at least if we take away past history tournaments, this tournament they've played 2 extra time / penalties and they've won both. Good switch. Morata brings it down for Jordi Alba. Busquets, Pedri, turns. Gets it back to Jordi Alba on the left. Then inside to Busquets. Rodri. Sees space on the right hand side with Gerard Moreno. Works it to him. He gets a left footed crossing. Donnarumma comes and he just about gets there. Only as far as Llorente. Shot blocked by Bonucci. Cleared in the end by Spain. Only as far as Garcia. That was close. Good block by Bonucci. As they're camped here in their own half, Italy. Rodri again sees that right hand side. There's a chance for Spain to get in behind, and they nearly did. Moreno's pass into the box towards Olmo, just too heavy for him, and it fell all the way through to Donnarumma, who got a good hand to that. First cross by Gerard Moreno, then the Llorente shot, which was blocked by Bonucci, was probably going wide, so didn't really matter anyway. Olmo nearly won it back there. Bonucci brought to the ground. Who will make the final? Who will get that first spot in the final? Such a good Euros this year. can only be one winner, and it will be at Wembley. Will it be England, Denmark, Spain, or Italy? Ball forward, Italy. Trying to attack with Belotti. He's offside though. Poor. Can't be offside there. Lino flags. Garcia. Spain have had 4 penalty shootouts in Euro history. They've won 3 of them. It's Denmark back in 1984 in the semi-final. And then against Italy in 2008 in the last 8. And then in the next tournament in 2012, they beat Portugal in the semi-final again in 2012. So they've won plenty of penalty shootouts in semi-finals. They've won 2 already. Could they make it 3 if it goes to penalties? But he might not, as Olmo picks it up, finds it through towards Morata. Again, just too heavy of a pass. They're getting closer though, Spain. Looks like half-time might come at a right time for Italy. Chiellini nearly caught out again in behind. Donnarumma clears towards the Italy right. Brought down by Berardi. Good touch again to Toloi. Lifted forward. Belotti does head it on. Out it goes though for a Spain throw-in. You can feel the tension and the nerves within the fans of both Spain and Italy. It's nail-biting stuff here at Wembley Stadium. Busquets to Gerard Moreno, who's just drifted inside. Goes back to Busquets and then across to Eric Garcia. So 40 seconds left of this first period. Rodri. Side to Pedri. Laporte. Now Busquets. Is there one more chance for Spain? Rodri on the right. It's now Llorente. Rodri. Finds Llorente in behind. Pulls across in. Cleared. Oh, it's Faz Moreno. Can't get beyond Chiellini. Can be cleared by Jorginho. Up towards Belotti. Will give chase against Eric Garcia. Out of play it goes. And I'm presuming that will be the end of the first 15 minutes. Good ball from Rodri in behind. Llorente's cross wasn't the greatest. I mean, didn't really find a Spain shirt near the ball in the end. And then that will be half-time. Italy 1, Spain 1. No extra goals in this extra time. Chiesa looks like he's gone down struggling. You know, right near the end of this tournament, players will start to struggle with fitness. That's why the changes are so important. Will we get a winner, or will it have to go to penalties? If anyone's going to score, it does look like it's going to be Spain. But then again, don't write off these Italians. By the way, the fact that Donnarumma has failed to keep a clean sheet means Jordan Pickford has won Golden Glove for the tournament. What a tournament he's had on England's defence. Just getting the fluids in. Not wanting to go out without a fight. Looks like Thiago might be coming on here for Spain. As they all get in a huddle as they look to just push that extra little yard to get into this final. Mancini giving out a final team talk. They've not lost a game since September of 2018 when they lost to Portugal. Such a terrific unbeaten run. 32 games now unbeaten. All due to the fantastic work of Roberto Mancini. They will make a change. It's going to be number 5 to come off. Sergio Busquets off. Thiago Alcantara on. Busquets did have a yellow card, remember. So Rodri will just fit into that Busquets role, and then Thiago and Pedri can work their magic in midfield. So we're about to get back underway. It will be Italy to kick off for the final 15 minutes of the game. Will we get a deciding goal? Will be Italy kicking left to right, Spain right to left. So they're attacking the ends where they scored their goals. Will that give them extra motivation as Chiesa and Luis Enrique just share a few words with some laughter? So, don't know what they're speaking about there, but they know it's game time now as soon as that whistle goes. And it looks like Italy are going to make a change as well. Alongside Spain's, it's going to be Bernardeschi to come on. The Juventus man who didn't score a goal last season. We'll have to wait. They've decided to go against making the sub just yet. And Italy do kick us off. But Jorginho going back to Bernucci. Chiellini. It's now Donnarumma. He then just about clears as Morata nearly blocked it and he's cleared it out for a Spain throw-in. Good work from Alvaro Morata. Donnarumma really doesn't seem too assured of himself with the ball at his feet. So good a keeper these days, being good with your hands, but if you're not good with your feet, then that's a big disadvantage, and he looks uncomfortable on the ball. Many times tonight he's lost the ball because of his kicking or passing or wrong choice. So Alba throws it into Morata, holds it up, and finds Alba again. Lifted down the line, headed away by Bonucci, then back to where it came from by Alba. And then a header away again by Chiellini. As far as Rodri nods it down to Olmo, takes it nicely in his stride towards the left-hand side. Brought down by Manuel Locatelli, and it'll be a free kick for Spain. How many free kicks has Dani Olmo won for Spain? He's been fantastic in the last, 45 minutes of this game. Chopping inside and being taken out by Locatelli. If Spain get to the final, it's sure to see Dani Olmo is going to definitely be a starter. As it looks like it'll be Chiesa, the goal scorer, to be replaced by Bernardeschi. Great goal from the left. Got it onto his right. Bent it to the far corner. Beautiful goal. He's done his work. He just needs the rest of his team to fulfill their piece of work. And altogether, it could lead in a victory. So Federico for Federico. Thiago is now on set-piece duties with this free kick. It's a high line for Italy. Can Spain exploit that? Not been on for too long. Thiago. Can he make an instant impact? Crosses it, hits the wall. How on earth has he hit the wall? Hits the wall straight into the hands of Gianluigi Donnarumma. Does have quite the good fortune, Thiago, against Italy. He won the Euros for Spain at under-21 level back in 2013. And Spain and Italy played against each other in the final, and Spain won 4-2, and Thiago scored a hat-trick. As Berardi brings this one forward, plays it through to Bernardeschi, backheel pass, can't quite find an Italian player. Laporte gets it to the goalkeeper who clears first time, and away it goes for an Italian throw-in. So yeah, Thiago scoring a hat-trick in the Euro final, under-21 level, back at 2013, so he has good memories against the Italians, as Garcia's gone down here with cramp. Nearly an instant impact there for Bernardeschi, but that back heel, good idea. Probably should have someone probably should have been in that area where the ball was, but it was Laporte sliding it back to Unai Simon, who then cleared. Yeah, Garcia struggling here. Might not be able to continue. Might need to be changed here. Just got Eric on the back of his shirt. Looks like he's going to have to come off here, Eric Garcia. So the man to come on with will be Pau Torres, the United target, the Manchester United target. Yep, he's coming off, Eric Garcia, and will be replaced by Pau Torres. Two left-footed centre-backs now on the pitch for Spain. Laporte will play on the right-hand side, Pau Torres on the left. Fresh legs at the back, it's never a problem. There's Eric Garcia. He's got 3 appearances in these Euros and he's not completed the full game. That was his full first 90 minutes. Obviously, now plus extra time as Pau Torres has to do some early defending with a header out for a throw for Italy. Now further towards the Spain goal here, and it'll be Toloi to take. Got 11 minutes left. Will we see a goal before that time is up? Throws it in towards Pessina. Berardi shot blocked. And it'll be Di Lorenzo to chase it, and he gets there. Plays it back to Chiellini. Right footed ball over the top. Finds Berardi. Gets the shot away. And gets it in! Oh, he's offside. Oh, the flag was kept down momentarily. When Berardi got on it and put a great left-footed finish past Unai Simon. He was offside. Let it run across his body. Got the shot away. It was a nice finish as well. Offside he was. Very close from Berardi, who's been fantastic since coming on as a substitute. It's now Pau Torres to bring it forward for Spain. Back it goes to Unai Simon. Good thing is, for Italy, for Denmark or England, you know, they'll look at this and go, whoever we play, if we get to the final, would have played an extra half an hour, and maybe the tension and the nerves of penalties, you know, it does take it out on a player. Moreno. Back to Thiago in the Spain half. Rodri. Pau Torres getting his first few touches of the ball since coming on just a couple of minutes ago. Pau Torres. Forward into Morata. Heavy touch. Just about lost it. Then won it back and got it to Pau Torres. Now Thiago. Rodri into Llorente. It's at least in the Italian half now. Well, I'll say that they go back into the Spain half just to recycle with Pau Torres. Now forward again to Alba. Just possession play here for Spain. Up towards Olmo, cut out. Italy can break. Belotti gets it away from Alba. But then a free kick's being given as Alba apparently was fouled by Belotti as he won it back. I'm not too sure on that one, referee. To be fair, I'm not being sure on a lot of his decisions today, the referee, so that doesn't surprise me that he might have got that one wrong. Let's have a look. Belotti won the ball. This ref has actually had a shock. I hope it's not just me. This ref's been shocking. Like I said, the Belotti's as shocked as me. Llorente makes a run down the right for Thiago as he has the ball. Can't find him with the run, so goes back to Laporte. Touch forward. Positive touch forward. But he's tackled by Locatelli. Thiago just about keeps it all as far as Pessina. So put forward by Bernardeschi to Berardi. Can't get beyond Jordi Alba. Nice play back to Pau Torres, and Spain have defended well again. It's the Europa League winner Pau Torres on the ball. Forward to Pedri in the left-back area. Wonder Kid yet to contribute to a goal yet, though, for Spain in these Euros. He goes back to Pau Torres. You could say contribute to a goal for that own goal against Croatia. It was his pass back that got beyond Unai Simon. Thiago looks for a switch, but no one's there. Straight back to Donnarumma. You can see the tidiness starting to come into the players now. Wayward passes. Say that, Thiago's fresh, to be fair. Berardi through towards Belotti. Met with a heavy challenge by Thiago, but he was offside anyway, so it doesn't matter. Laporte. Right-footed ball. High over towards Moreno. Cut out by Di Lorenzo. Brought down by Locatelli. Can he keep it? He's been brought down by Llorente, but it says it's not a foul. And Spain have the throw-in. Again, a decision I disagree with. Llorente gets it back. Now into Thiago. Inside to Rodri. The understudy. Sergio Busquets, who's had to come off. Pau Torres. Finding it hard to see a winner here, but you never know. This tournament has so many twists and turns as Morata finds Alba. Lays it off into Dani Olmo, who's been really good for Spain in this game overall. Rodri's got it to the right-hand side now with Laporte. Forward to Gerard Moreno. Fancies himself one-on-one with Di Lorenzo. Loses out though. It's now with Locatelli. Forward to Belotti. He's got Berardi sprinting forward. Oh, what an interception by Laporte. Oh, he was in. Oh, what a flip from Olmo to Morata. Running at Bonucci on the edge of the box. Enters the box. Tries to get a cross in. Blocked by Bonucci. Throwing for Spain. What a chance though for Italy then. Great interception by Laporte. Now Olmo. Back to Morata in the left wing area. Will he cross it? He's coming inside. He lays it off only as far as Belotti, who loses out though to Marcos Llorente. Does he fancy a shot? No, lays it into Gerard Moreno. To the midfield to Pedri. Finds Moreno again. Left-footed cross. It's a deep one and it's an easy catch in the end for Donnarumma. 5 minutes to go. Still 1-1. Berardi. He was nearly played through just before. Well, for a key interception for Laporte, because if he didn't intercept that, he's through. 1-on-1. Chiellini, long ball, punted over the top. Belotti can't quite bring it down successfully, but he's offside again. Offside too many times, Andrea Belotti, who's nearly got 90. He's got 98 Serie A goals in 248 appearances. So close to that 100 mark in his league career in Serie A. Not quite been as good at these Euros, not scored yet. And the one full 90 minutes he's got was against Wales, in a game where they already knew they were through. Ball over the top for Spain. Llorente will give chase, and he won't get there. Bernardeschi sees him out. 4 minutes to go now. Penalty kicks are looming. Donnarumma rolls it so Bonucci can take the goal kick just to play it into Donnarumma. Kicks it to the centre of the park, where Belotti loses out to Thiago. Another poor kick from Donnarumma. Not the first time this game. Rodri, poor ball from him. Picked up by the Italians. It's now Berardi. Can't get beyond Jordi Alba throwing for the Italians. Good strong challenge that by Alba to stop any Italian attack for now. There's got to be a winner. Someone's going home very upset. This Pau Torres can clear this Italian throw-in only as far as another Italian throw-in. They're getting pushed back a little bit here, Spain, with 3 minutes to go. Throwing it straight to Dani Olmo. Forward towards Morata. One back by Bonucci, but it's a high foot apparently, says the referee. Free kick for Spain. And it's going to be a booking for Bonucci. Let's have a look here. Ball came towards the two. Yeah, high boot. Didn't get the ball. Caught his knee as well. Rightly given free kick and probably a yellow card as well. Back underway with Pau Torres to Unai Simon. Over it goes to Laporte. Not long left now. A goal would finish this game and send either team through to the final. Pau Torres sees a switch on here. Moreno brings it down. Plays it back into Llorente. Pressed by Bernardeschi. And then he has to go to the halfway line now with Laporte. Across we go to Pau Torres, who brings it forward. Alba's left, goes inside instead to Pedri. Towards Olmo. Oh, it's intercepted by Locatelli. Spain were getting close there. 18 years old, running the show, Pedri. And having to play the full 120 minutes as well. Can't be easy for an 18-year-old, to be fair. Any age, really. Alba throwing in towards Morata. Bonucci gets there ahead of Morata. Cleared out for another Spain throw-in. You can see the nerves and the distress that both sets of supporters are going through right now. Morata hoofs it centrally in towards Moreno. Header won by Di Lorenzo. As far as Thiago, sees Llorente making a run in behind. Poor accuracy, poor weight of pass. And out it goes for a goal kick for Italy. And it looks like that could be it. We've got 45 seconds left until we've got a penalty shootout. Donnarumma to take the goal kick. It looks like we've got penalties in the semi-final. This is only the first one as well. We've still got another one tomorrow. Donnarumma towards the Italian left. Header won by Thiago. Italy throwing. And it looks like we're getting no added on time. 5 seconds to go. It's going to be penalties. Long throwing by Chiellini down the line. Belotti will chase. And we'll get there and we'll be brought down by Laporte. But the referee has seen enough. Penalties. No time for any free kick if it was even given. We've got penalties. Wow. How intense. Great game of football. Both teams have put their performances out with pride for their country. But at the end of the day, it might not be enough. There we go. Got it sorted now. Got someone who wants Italy to win. If I'm England, I want. I don't really care. Both teams have showed weaknesses and then have showed strength, to be fair. As they get into a massive huddle, both teams. Massive huddles, all the motivation they can get, they will try and get into their players. It's tense, this. It really is. Sorry, I won't be able to see the chat during the penalty shootout because I'm just going to keep an eye on the scores, make sure I actually change them. As Unai Simon can be the hero yet again. He saved 2 penalties against Switzerland to help Spain win 3-1 on penalties. The last penalty shootout that Italy had was in the last state of Euro 2016. They lost 6-5 on penalties in the end. Bonucci missed the lead score against Insigne. Scored in that penalty shootout. He scored Italy's first, but obviously he's on the bench, so he was substituted off. So it'll be Chiellini and Jordi Alba to sort out which way the ball's being kicked and who's getting first. You've got to remember, one side's got the Italy fans behind the goal, the other side's got the Spain fans, so it's important where you get these pens. Again, Chiellini's having some more arguments here. I'd love to hear the conversations they're having, because it looks like Chiellini's having a right good joking. What's he going on about? It looks like it's going to be getting taken in front of the Italian supporters. As they shake hands with the officials, and look, Chiellini, if you saw that, look at him. Gianluigi Donnarumma and Unai Simon come together to just probably say good luck. It's all down to the keepers now and that one penalty taker. It'll be Italy to take in front of their own supporters. I'm not sure who's got the first penalty yet. So the last penalty shootout Spain were in, they won. The last time Italy were in a penalty shootout, they lost. And the last time these two teams had a penalty shootout in a Euros was back in 2008 in the quarterfinals. Spain won 4-2. Will history repeat itself? Italy take first in front of their own fans. It will be Manuel Locatelli. He's been linked with a move to either Juventus or Arsenal after a cracking Euros. Will his Euros keep going, or will they come to an end tonight? Well, he's got a big decider in that because he gets the first penalty. Unai Simon. He's experienced this already in the last round, so he's not old to this. Donnarumma might not have experienced a penalty shootout quite at this magnitude. Who will prevail? I've got Italy to take first. The tensions are high. Unai Simon, great technique, just moving around his line. Getting into the head of Locatelli. Right-footed, steps up. Saved by Unai Simon! Down to his right. Locatelli tried to go bottom left. Telegraphed it a little bit too obvious for me. And it's a great save by Unai Simon. 0-0 it stays as Italy missed the first penalty. In their last penalty shootout against Germany back in 2016, they scored their first one. They've missed this one. And in their last penalty shootout against Spain in the Euros, they scored their first one with Fabio Grosso. But this time Locatelli's missed. And it's now Spain to take an early lead in the penalty shootout. Dani Olmo to take. Olmo scored Spain's first penalty in their last shootout. It was their second penalty overall. Busquets missed the first one. So here he is, Dani Olmo, to give Spain the lead. Strikes it, and over it goes! First two penalties missed. Hands on the head of the Italian support, of the Spain supporters and the Italians. No one can believe it. First two penalties missed. Wow. Donnarumma did go the right way, so if it was on target, he may have saved it. Dani Olmo went the same way as Locatelli went to the left, the keeper's right, and over it goes. So will we get our first penalty scored? It's Andrea Belotti, the Torino striker. Yet to put the ball in the back of the net in these Euros. Can he do it in the penalty shootout? Belotti versus Simon. He steps up, right-footed, and scores! Every penalty's gone to that left-hand side, but this time it's gone in. Bottom left corner, beautiful penalty. Italy take the lead after one penalty each. Both missed. Second penalty, he scores. Gerard Moreno. He scored to make it 2-1 against the Switzerland. He's got a score to try and make it 1-1 here. He could really do with scoring here, Gerard Moreno. Scored 30 last season for Villarreal. He's a goal machine. Can he score in back-to-back shootouts? Yes, he can. Just gets it beyond Donnarumma. Close he was. Not close enough. Went the right way. He struck it to the keeper's left and just got enough height on it to get it beyond Donnarumma. And we're all level at 1-1. 2 penalties apiece taken. It's now Bonucci. I've said it before. He missed in Italy's last penalty shootout at Euros against Germany. He missed. It was Italy's fourth. He's now taking their third. He missed to keep it at 2-2. If he misses, he'll keep it at 1-1. If he scores, he'll put Italy 2-1 in front. Right-footed, Leonardo Bonucci scores. Calmly taken penalty, sends keeper the wrong way. Keeper went left, Bonucci slotted it to the right. And it's 2-1 to Italy, with Spain still to take one. Not the greatest of penalties in terms of accuracy. If Unai Simon goes the right way, it's an easy, comfortable save, but he didn't. And it's Thiago Alcantara to take. He won the Euros back in 2013 for under 21 level with a hat-trick against Italy. He's now got the job of scoring from the spot to keep it level. Thiago steps up. Oh, lovely penalty. Sends Donnarumma the wrong way. This time it's roles reversed. Keeper went right. Thiago went left. Slotted it into the bottom corner. Bruno Fernandes style penalty with that little hop. Little pause as well. Good penalty. 2-2. Bernardeschi to take. Didn't score last season for Juventus. Played the majority of his games at wing back. He is more of an attacking player, especially for Italy. And he's got a chance to get the ball in the back of the net here. Unai Simon. Oh, nearly saves it. He goes the right way, but it's a beautifully taken penalty by Bernardeschi. Top right corner. Got the power. Got the accuracy. And Unai Simon's never saving that. Quality penalty. Really good penalty from Bernardeschi. 3-2. And here comes Morata. The man who sent it to 1-1. If he misses and Italy score, they're out. So it's a big penalty he has to score here. Didn't take one in the penalty shootout against Switzerland. Morata. Saved by Donnarumma! He goes the right way. It was a poor penalty. Down to the keeper's left. Morata never looked confident. And he's not scored in the most important game in his Spanish career. Great strong left hand by Donnarumma. Poor penalty by Morata. And if Italy score, they are through to the final. To avenge the penalty loss back in 2008. To avenge the Euro 2012 final loss when they were beaten 4-0. And Jorginho's got the chance to send them through. Every goal he scored for Italy's been a penalty. 5 goals for Italy, 5 penalties. His last 10 club goals have been penalties. And they've not lost when he scored one. And it could be the same here. Jorginho slots it away! And Italy are through to the final at Wembley on Sunday. He does it in Jorginho fashion, waits for the keeper to commit, sends it into the bottom right corner, and Italy prevail on penalties. Spain are out, and that avenges a lot of past history where Italy have hurt, but they hurt no more. They get beyond Spain. And to the devastation of the Spaniards, they are out at the semi-final stage. It was a fantastic game, picked up a lot in the second half, a lot more of an open game. Italy took a lead where they weren't playing too great, and then when Spain needed to score, they cut open the Italy defence with Olmo and Morata linking up, and then when it mattered most for Morata, he missed the penalty to allow Jorginho to take for the winner, and the winner he scored. And Italy are through to the final. They've still won every single game of these Euros technically. I know that was a draw, but they've still come out victorious at the end. They say penalties is a lottery. I disagree. It takes mental strength and ability, and Italy have prevailed with that. They missed their first one with Locatelli, but they scored every single one after that. And Italy are through. Spain have to say goodbye. They go again. On Sunday, they'll be watching tomorrow as they face either Denmark or England. What a game that'll be. What a penalty shootout. What a game. And it's all over, and nearly after 3 hours of a live stream, we're coming to the end. Italy job done. Come on. I mean, to be fair, Italy or Spain, I don't think I would have minded who England played if we get there. Obviously, England aren't there yet, but if we were to get there, Italy or Spain, I don't think I would have minded. Italy didn't look too great today at times. Spain looked okay, had a lot of the ball, but didn't look too dangerous, where it was really affecting the Italians too much. So, interesting semi-final. Italy prevail. They play either England or Denmark on Sunday. We'll have to find out who they play by the time, well, in about 24 hours' time. Wow. My throat is killing. What a game. Finished in penalties. Italy win. Oh. Elation for Italy. That's going to be the end of the stream. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you haven't. That is the last stream of this footballing season. It's lasted nearly 11 months. This was my 100th commentary on this channel. I did one on my second channel. But in terms of this channel, this is number 100. What a game it was. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe. Be back for the 2021-2022 season. It's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Hope you are as well. But we end here today with the Spaniards heading home. Italy marched through. They've won this battle. They've got one more, though, at Wembley. It's against either the Danes or the Englishmen. Who would they rather want? Who knows? Who knows who they'll get? But all they'll know is they've got one job to do, and that's to win on Sunday. Thanks for watching.